Right, we are now live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this very groundbreaking stream that's shattering the ceiling with Call Me Ezekiel.
Yes, we are shattering all records, all view counts, all watch time. The most viewed stream in all of history. Watching us play a 7-year-old strategy game.
It's 7 years old. I did not know that, actually.
It's probably longer. I made that up.
Well, that
no
works
fact
out.
checking, no valid sources.
That's going to be the fun part about this. Yeah, there's going to be absolutely no fact checking. That's going to... Alright, so we did manage to get Shogun 2 working. I think anyone who's seen my previous Shogun 2 streams 2 years ago on a Sunday afternoon or whatever it was, they've noticed that this game just does not want to work sometimes, but here it works. So here we are. Do we want to keep this save file going, or...?
Yeah, let's hold on to it just in case. I think we're going to have a great time and we'll want to do this again soon.
Yeah. Funny Man is late. Hey, hello everyone. Yeah, I'm Funny Man now. Sure, that works out. Alright, then I'm just gonna take...
Tampa's got the giggles.
Yeah, I got... got the giggles. I'm gonna go... I guess it's winter. Should I siege right now?
Okay, you're playing Obama domain. If I recall, your army can't quite reach the enemy capital. So, like, you want to get them to the border and hopefully kill their army as it invades you.
Oh, that would be fantastic. That sounds ideal.
Yeah, so, like, you gotta look weak enough that they want to attack you, but not so strong they'll just run away.
Yeah, that would be frightening to them. I always remember, too, the spear levies in the first few turns are usually the most powerful. At least compared to the ranged levies, they're not as confident in holding the line.
The only exception to that rule would be castles, where, like, even the garbage range levies are insane.
Oh, yeah. I remember the most interesting thing...
there's no chat on stream.
Oh, there's one for me. I guess, someone fucked up on your end, I guess. Oh, sorry, wait, I can't swear. I just remembered the rules with YouTube. Oops.
That's probably fine. Okay, the chat should be working now. Let me know, guys.
Playing Obama, huh? Gonna go the Republic route? I don't think we're gonna get past... I don't think we're gonna get into Realm Divide, where that's gonna be a concern, but we'll see.
Okay, can we both form republics? And if we do, are we on the same side in game terms? I don't know if the developers considered that.
That's a really good question. I have no idea, actually, how the mechanics work out with that.
It'll probably be fine. Just don't think about it too much.
Yeah. It works, mate. Oh, he's talking about his stream. We're both streaming at the same time. Which I will also direct to Call Me Ezekiel's channel is at callmeezekiel.com. No, wait, not .com, just by itself.
YouTube.com/@callmeezekiel, because all the cool channels are doing @ now.
Yeah, coolmathgames.com. That's still up. I haven't used that since school.
Alright. Use your cool math games powers to conquer Japan. Oh, did you finish your turn?
I did finish my turn, yeah. Sorry, I probably should have given you that heads up.
I'm sitting here like not paying attention, yapping. Alright, let's I'm just playing this game on much higher difficulties, so what I have to do is like I'm trying to figure out how aggressive I can be. Honestly, I can probably just like go right at them. If I leave my capital empty, will the people be mad? They're chilling.
For the capital,
no.
Chilling. Yeah. They're used to your presence. I guess they're used to the lack of presence. That would be the better quote.
I do have to say, there's a very uncomfortable delay between each click and the game registering it. It's like a quarter of a second.
Yeah. It's definitely like a bit noticeable for sure.
I just want to check. What building do I need for Shinsengumi?
That's the police station.
But I also need the Master Dojo.
I know just a touch of Nihongo from this game that means something.
It means a barely trained thug you use to beat up your rebelling subjects.
Oh yeah, we there's I think that exists too in other countries. I don't know the term though, but
Japanese culture spread very far. Oh, do you know about the military access economy?
No, but my guess is you can sell military access to the AI and they're dumb enough to take it and not do anything with it.
For insane amounts of money. So the AI will do something with it. What they will do is they will march into your territory right next to the capital and then attack your capital. So you actually like have to be smart about it because they will murder you.
Okay.
But on high difficulties, the AI's treasury is just flush with ridiculous amounts of cash, whereas you have cash penalties. So if you take advantage of it, you take the AI's bonus it and make it your advantage. But again, like they will stab you in the back. So you gotta watch it.
I see. Very true to this era. Partial peace with answer you Ezekiel. I think that's his twin brother, yeah.
You know, I need to be like stream peeking here and watching your stream too.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I don't mind. I'm definitely not an expert Shogun 2 player, despite having a lot of hours into it.
Oh,
Right
Silly
now.
Jellyfish has an interesting question for you.
Oh, he does? Hey, call me Ezekiel or Hero. How did you guys meet each other? Oh, when did you guys meet each other? I think a few months ago. Actually, who was the first to approach? I forgot about that specifically.
My memory is awful, but what's coming to mind now is I was following you on Twitter for a little while with your Loyalist Chan series, and when I wanted to make my American Revolution documentaries, I'm like, hey, I'll commission a marketing piece from you. And we just sort of been yapping at each other ever since.
Yeah. Oh, that's about how I remember it, actually. Yeah, I always do not remember introductions. I mostly just remember the ongoing, working, sort of colleagues relationship thing. Right. I'm gonna put my Metsuke back in my town. Oh wait, no, they're not Metsuke here. They're Shinagumi. Shisen. Police.
Shinsengumi. The fuzz. Ah, they found my shinobi.
You have shinobi? I didn't even have one.
Tsu is like the ninja clan.
I tried to play the Hattori in the base campaign, which I think is that version of the Ninja Clan, and they're quite difficult, I have to say.
Oh, somebody just super chatted. Stoked. Did you just pay me $50 to call me a nerd? Because I will happily sell you that again. All right, guys, $50, call me a nerd, $50, here we go. I'm gonna quick save this battle because if I lose it, that's just gonna be really obnoxious, and I don't want to actually fight it.
Sure. I will. So I should just pick auto resolve as well? That's what's going on? Yeah.
Pick auto resolve? Yeah. Because like these little nothing battles, if you're sure to win it,
Yeah.
will just drag us down.
Siege battles are
Yeah,
usually
Stoked,
just
I'm
kinda
glad you made
drag
it to
on
the
as well.
stream.
So what you're saying
And,
is that everyone who commissions art from Hero will become his friend. No, that's not how it works. That's
No, that's exactly how it works. Buy Hero's friendship. He's very lonely.
yeah, no, and it's for sale.
That's the only reason he's hanging out with me. Like, in actuality, I'm a jerk.
Yeah, no, I've seen oh boy.
Isn't there like a manga about like renting a friend?
I think it's renting a girlfriend, which goes into the next level of oppression. Everything I've seen from that has been against my will. It pops up on the timeline, and like a moving train wreck, I have to like read the page that's being posted, and every update I get on the main character's life is like everything gets monumentally worse, and I don't know why someone would continue to read it. I think he's been rejected twice now, like in a big like public display thing. And the offer of the manga has like, I think, one of those like big hug pillows of the girl from the manga. So I think he's like literally cucking his own main character that he drew, which is, I will say that's new. I've never seen it before. It's very avant-garde. It's very Dada-esque. If that's supposed to be the statement, but I'm not sure what's going on at a certain point.
I don't have my face cam on right now, but like I'm puckering up, trying not to explode in laughter.
On my stream, you can see that it's got the little animated cats, so... Usually I try to make sure to have like a very blank stare when they're not talking, and that's basically the closest equivalent.
Hey, you're at war with the Fuki, right?
I'm what with the Fuki? Oh
You're
yeah,
at war with the Fuki clan.
I am at war with the Fuki clan.
Well, they are now my top trade partner.
Okay.
And so are you.
Oh, that works out.
Yeah, and my boy Peter Gidd, speaking of animated cats, is pointing out that there's also actual friend renting services in Japan. I saw a video where like you could rent an old dude.
Yeah, I've seen the one with like, I think Conan did an episode on that once. And yeah, he hired like an old like man or whatever just to like say like, I'm proud of you, son. And he was like, oh, that's great. That's fantastic. But I also saw like another like mini documentary like spotlight on it, and that was even more depressing. I mean, I don't know if I want to lower the mood or anything, but yeah, there was like one like old like father who was estranged from his family, and he had like 2 like kids and an ex-wife that had like moved away, and instead of like, you know, publicly making an apology or whatever he did and going back to them and just reconnecting, he would rather hire a fake family to come over like every holiday just to like pretend that it's going on. And that's not even a Japan specific problem. Yeah, there's definitely people who just have this, they will have the courage to make the call to get these services, but not the courage to just meet face to face with people that they feel guilty about, even like having wronged or whatever. I don't know the full context, of course, of the situation, but
I know it's become a joke with like older millennials entering their 30s that are still single, that like they might want to hire someone to like accompany them to their family Thanksgivings so they can pretend they have a partner.
yeah. When are you playing with Dino Stan? We'll do that eventually. Might even bring him onto a triple stream. Dino Stan is this really other funny YouTuber. He does a lot of like Mountain Blade videos and stuff like that. He's awesome. He did one Pharaoh Total War one, but the his girlfriend in the game, one of the other like ladies of a faction, kept betraying him. So that was very upsetting to see in Pharaoh Total War. I guess it was more upsetting for him than it was for the viewer at a certain point. I think I can like just go murder these guys, even though
Oh yeah, your army's huge.
Yeah, I'll like spend a day in like the winter. I don't think it's gonna matter. Just write some letters apologizing to their families, and it's all good. Yeah, I saw there was another one where I believe it was a single mom who hired a fake husband to go to like an interview for like a school to get their kid into that school in Japan too, because I assume there's a lot of factors, I guess, in Japan that where if you are not like a full family, your kid just will not go into the school for whatever reason. Which I'm not sure how.
Isn't that also the premise of an anime?
I believe in a little more roundabout way, yeah, that was the spy one with the
Yeah.
which I forgot the name of, but I'm gonna laugh at if it's spy is in the title, and that's all I remember.
You see, this conversation is me pretending I don't actually watch large amounts of anime, so my audience maintains respect for me. It's called Spy Family.
Yes, Spy Family. No, I'm a very open weeb, which
Oh, Spy X Family.
Spy X Family. The X in Hunter x Hunter is silent. So the only other thing I remember about that stuff. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. When you work in like sort of the history or pop history sphere, whatever someone wants to use the word for, there's definitely this sort of thing where people get very upset about anime, at least in the West, in that regard. But they're perfectly okay with like very cartoony depictions and stuff, of course.
How do you want to do this?
Oh, I am just auto-resolving. If it's just like a little minor castle battle. I like open field battles, of course. Yeah, where the forces are almost evenly matched.
What I've noticed having a history audience, and I adore my audience, I really do, is they tend to be very conservative. And I don't mean that politically, although they often are. I mean that, like, they don't enthusiastically adopt new technology. I know a lot of the people who follow me are very skeptical of AI. They're very skeptical of things like cryptocurrencies. They're very skeptical of anything that's new.
Mm-hmm. I think it's also just kind of like an American specific thing, yeah, where it's like there's a lot of kind of knee-jerk reactions to anime, but anything that like looks anime-esque but is made in the West, like, you know, specifically all those superhero shows that keep coming out, there's a sort of very clear double standard with it, which, you know, I don't really, I'm not gonna go on like a moral Grand City crusade over just anime or anything like that. It's something I just kind of accepted and noticed a lot. I think it's changing a lot as time goes on in that regard. It's getting more European, for lack of a better word, which has always kind of had this mutual respect both for Western cartooning and Japanese style cartooning. I think America's kind of going that route slowly, which is interesting to see, put it very clinically, I suppose.
I mean, I even see it in your style. It's very clearly anime inspired, but also like, you know, it's Western.
Yes, I thought I did a lot of studies of like sort of the UPA retro American cartooning even when I was a bit younger, and that definitely still seeps in. And you can see it too in maybe not a lot of the state child designs, but a lot of the mortal human characters in the settings I do now. They have like these kind of dot eyes, which are very, yeah, like Tintin inspired specifically. And that's of course not like a hard standard to signify if someone's not a state chan, but it is a very common thing I do with the people in my setting. Also, it's very easy, so that helps.
Hero fans are clanker haters, Tyrone says.
I've never seen that happen. I have like a robot girl character I use in comic strips sometimes. I forgot her name already. Tyla, yeah. But she's just chaos, and I don't really have many ideas for her.
You see, I have two people in my chat saying right now, though I think the disconnect comes from depth and subject, the West still perceives cartoons as for children. Okay, I'm backing out of this battle.
Yeah, it looks pretty scary.
Another one is pointing out, we reached peak technology in the 2000s. Now it's all regulated spyware and abstract black magic.
That is something I am like genuinely, honestly a bit sympathetic to, yeah. Obviously it's probably like partly nostalgia mixed in there, but yeah, it feels like, I mean, not only that, it feels like sometimes technology just gets more cumbersome to use in some regards, and that's also a bit upsetting sometimes. I mean, not least of which like how every application or new operating system just gets more and more filled with bloatware these days.
Yeah, I came up with a trick, by the way. Whenever it's not my turn, I'm going to put your stream on my stream. And now we can do the reverse to get like a streamception thing going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna mess that up. So just give me a second to take my turn right now. But
I'm enthused.
All right, I can go
no,
one of two ways now. I mean, I don't want to kill you, so let's just.
Yeah, I suggest going north. Also because it's like as long as you can control the seas, it's like these are like safe provinces. You can just build up for pure economy.
Let's see. Send that to you. Oh, I can exit out of it.
Oh. Alright, counter offer?
No, I'm gonna have to leave the negotiations.
Counter offer. Look, I'm an AI.
Alright, I'm gonna.
Well, that was a great deal.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't want to take 5,000 from you. It's not very fair. Alright, I guess I'll just expand north.
You see, that's not how you conquer the world. You conquer the world by putting your enemies in deep debt to you.
It's true.
And then you control them financially. Ooh, this is a close battle. You sure you want to auto-resolve it?
I think the closest thing about that is how heroic their last cavalry charge will be. I don't know anything else about the logistics of the chances.
Regarding the tech thing, though, I'm reading a huge amount of 19th century history, and what kind of shocks me is like, and people say this about history all the time, but in this case, it's almost one-to-one true. We are having the same exact political conversations as people were having in like 1830s, 1840s Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even down to like the factories or different breeds of like civic versus ethnic nationalisms. Like, these are all the same exact political discussions. We have not advanced politically at all.
There's sort of like a view of, not specifically even World War II, but a lot of the wars of that era is kind of like the post-industrial revolution world deciding on what is going to be the sort of standard way forward for a lot of human societies. And then some people would say it hasn't really been decided yet. There's still even possibly new economic models and frameworks of ideas to like look at things through that are not even predictable yet, because I mean, you even look at like past eras of history, sometimes it takes like centuries for a standard sort of model for a political framework to establish, really, and that it takes a lot of wars and economic collapse before then from different nations. So yeah, I feel like, yeah, since the Industrial Revolution there hasn't really been sort of consistent stable framework yet, at least in terms of long-term sustainability, and I won't pretend like I know either what is going to be that.
Oh, can I not attack their army? Okay.
That's cool.
Thanks, game.
We live in society. There's a joke in Hero's webcomic, oh yeah, where the manga have like, you were reading in the wrong direction the last page, yeah, and I did a panel where it was the other way around. I was like, whoa, you're not reading manga, partner. You gotta read this thing left or right.
I trust a cowboy to tell me how to read Japanese.
Oh yeah. I do wonder what it is. I do notice, I mean, especially with people our generation and younger, that animation has definitely found a sort of adult audience as well publicly.
You especially see it in the themes they're covering. Like, Frieren is another one of those animes that I watched and I actually really enjoyed. And it really is about, like, it's kind of about maturing in a very particular way, where, like, you start getting a little disillusioned with the world. Ooh, okay. This is a battle I would like to fight.
Okay. And I can either join your side and, like, help you out, or I can take the enemy side. We'll see.
Ooh, join my side. Okay, yeah, because I was afraid that you'd just be stuck as an observer, because I don't want you commanding the opposing force. If you can command my guys, that would be awesome. How do we do that?
Okay, if it doesn't show you the option, then I probably have to make an alliance with you first. And we can do that, but I think it might be a bit late right now that the battle started. Unless you can walk away and come back, depends how many movement points you have left on that army.
The problem is they're the ones attacking me.
Okay, I see.
So for the sake of the audience, I will retreat from this battle, and we'll form an alliance next turn.
Sure. Should let me, if I remember correctly. If not, then send me a peace treaty. I have no idea who you are. I'm not accepting that.
How can we make peace if we don't even know we're at war?
Reminds me of like Athens and Sparta like did a symbolic like peace treaty sometime in like the 2000s.
I didn't know Sparta still existed as a municipality.
I actually don't remember either if they do even. It might have just been like a museum or something, but I think it was 75% guess that yeah, it does exist. So I saw like a very interesting video on it from some other YouTube channel a while ago that talked about how even by like the Roman dominance period, Sparta had already become like this weird tourist trap theme park version of itself for a while.
Such is the fate of all great civilizations.
Oh yeah.
Ro wants to know if you're going to fight in the second Resorgamento 10 years from now.
What's reunifying? It's already... Italy's already unified.
Ready for orders. Without delay.
You got to take, like,
I guess we're taking, like,
back, man.
Yeah, and we're taking, like, Corsica, taking back... What else are we taking?
Italian irredentism. It's the wave of the future.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. It wouldn't really be the Risorgimento. I would call it the Risorgio Mentissimo. There we go. That's the, the expanded version, the more strong version.
The Super Resorgamento. It's not Mare Nostrum, guys. We learned our lesson. It's something else.
Yeah, no, it's Austria, I think, is the next one. The entire place. Everyone likes Mozart. Everyone likes Amadeus.
God, that was such a good movie.
Yeah, I saw it for the first time a few years back, not really knowing much about it, and I was like, this is like the creatives like experience. Like that was awesome.
Okay, I just set up a really good battle. I want to make.
Oh, I didn't make an
with
alliance.
you.
Shit. Oh yeah, okay, you can do it.
I'm doing that. We're good.
That sounds good to me.
And I'm gonna request you join the war just in case.
Sure.
Perhaps if you listen.
Oh, you're already at war with them.
Oh, that works out.
All right. Thanks, Obama.
And that should let me help. And if not, then
Yes.
I am wrong.
So the enemy army is just barely out of range. But this is a cool little trick. Your cavalry units have extra range. You can send the cavalry forward, usually the general, and the rest of the army comes in as reinforcements.
Ah, that is cool.
So do you have an option to join the battle?
No, I'm not seeing anything right now, actually, which is bizarre.
So in that case, I'm gonna
Oh, now I
click
do.
fight battle and see. There we go.
Undecided.
Maybe the alliance wasn't even necessary.
Oh, it's not giving me an option. That's so bizarre. It's so weird that it won't let me. I'm gonna go in spectator mode. There might still be a chance that you can, like, hand over a few units. We'll see.
All right, kid, you're finally getting your wish. We're actually fighting a battle.
And even then, if I do have to spectate, that's okay. I'm still getting, like, my thoughts together. I miss a lot of, like, chat messages. Taking New Jersey back? No, actually, I can kind of see that.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a share units button.
Okay,
So I'm
yeah.
gonna start-
So that's all we needed. Yeah, no.
All right. And, oh, my guys are coming in across the river already. All right.
That's
so
insane.
do me a favor and hit. Oh, you don't have to hit fast forward. Cool.
Okay, that's up to you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh
This
my
is gonna
God.
be a bit of a rush because they're coming fast.
Yeah. Give me whatever you want. I can command the wing, I can command the cavalry, whatever you prefer.
I think you're gonna have a lot of fun with the cavalry, and I do the battle line. How does that
Okay,
sound?
sure.
I will also give you the Kisho ninjas.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, these are generals' bodyguards, so I shouldn't use these guys.
No, use them. Go for it. The way you use General's Bodyguard is you let the battle line soak up the enemy's volley, and then you hit their volley. Like whoever fired the volley.
Alright, alright. Tell me when the Yari have formed their Yari wall and I can charge straight into them. I think that's the tactical option.
Yes. You also have the ninjas, by the way.
Yes.
They're on the right. They throw bombs and stuff. They're cool.
Actually, never used these guys before, and I have like 200 hours in this game. Crazy.
So their levy infantry are what's going to be the most vulnerable. They have a lot of Yarikachi, and the Kyoto police, I think, are also considered spearmen. So yeah, the main thing you want to go for is their levy infantry. So what might be strategic is to wait for their line to engage mine, and then you hit them in the flank.
Yes.
Yeah. And by the way, the Kisho ninjas have insane stealth properties. So like really take advantage of those. And they throw bombs. They don't have guns. So if you can get them close enough to the enemy and not countercharge, they will mess up a unit with one volley.
Alright. And I think I'll put them in that little divot over there.
Yeah.
Looks like they'll be...
All right, I'm going to use a... Yeah. I'm going to use a classic Total War tactic of sending one really crappy unit up in loose formation to soak up the enemy's first volley.
Yeah.
And then Do you know what the Swedish Gapa was?
No, what was that?
So it was this wacky tactic where you send all of your guys forward, stop like 10 feet in front of the enemy, fire a volley into their face, and then just bayonet charge them.
That's pretty cool.
So we're going to lure out their initial volley, and then we're going to Gapa them.
Yeah, that's
Zumba,
pretty close
welcome to
to
the
what I've
stream.
seen with like... What's up?
Sorry, I was welcoming someone to the stream.
Oh, yes. No, I think I read quite a few British line infantry during the Revolution kind of had a similar sort of thing where they would shoot out about 1 to 3 volleys and then it'd be time for the charge, depending on how things went.
The key strategic difference, though, is like they're not waiting to see. They will just charge under withering fire and then stop 10 feet in front of the enemy. And whatever happens from there happens.
Hero, I drew you something for your birthday. I don't know if you saw it on Twitter. Oh, thank you. I'll have to go check it out.
Oh, yes, I hope you saw the birthday message I sent you.
Yes, I believe I did as well.
Are you actually... Okay, I don't want to, like, accidentally reveal information. Are you actually as old as you said you were, or is that a joke?
No, I'm not 55 years old. I'm only 28.
Yet.
No, I'm not. Yeah. Eventually I'll be 55. You know, God willing, God bless. That'd be fantastic, I guess.
I have the opposite wish. I hope God strikes me down at, like, 34. Alright, I'm trying to bait their melee infantry, but they don't seem to want to do anything.
Yes.
Actually, maybe, like, get their levy infantry?
Yes. No, I think that's the good
Oh,
idea.
their cavalry's coming for you. Here, I'm sending some spearmen to support.
Mhm.
Okay, something's happening. I'm just not sure what.
Me neither, yeah. Not sure if I should run in or not yet.
The Kisho ninjas, see if you can throw a bunch of grenades at their Kyoto police on the far left. Or better yet, okay, I have my unit of Yarikachi. They're going to charge the Kyoto police. You can flank them.
Sure.
And if their general countercharges you, back up, like, into my Yarikachi.
Sure. Oh, that's a good idea. Then I'll go a little slower. There we go.
Yeah, and lob some grenades at them.
Your general is under attack.
Oh boy.
Alright, come on, guys. Fire a volley. You can do it.
These poor levy infantry. Oh my god, there's some friendly
Ooh.
fire in there.
Yeah. It's
Sorry.
fine. Don't worry. Alright, hit him in the flank. And again, if their general decides to countercharge, like, they're charging into samurai, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, their infantry is going. Their infantry is going.
Well, they're so confusing what they want to do. Alright, I'm having them attack the general. How are these open?
Yeah, can you do inspire on my Yarikachi? They're about to break.
Oh, sure. Why did that not work? There we go.
If your ninjas still have grenades, maybe try grenading their general.
Sure.
Also, their cavalry just charged one of my, They're chain routing, though. We got this.
Yeah. Oh, that was actually kind of close.
A unit is running from the battlefield, sir.
Oh, God.
Yeah, grenades are awesome.
Yeah, no, there's something. Hey, the Kisho ninjas are about to get charged from behind, though.
Oh, I
Or,
see.
like, something's going on. My center line is getting a little messed up right now.
Alright, I'm gonna go send people to go help them out.
I'm sending the Yarikachi to get their general. Can you send the cavalry to help my main line, which is breaking
Sure.
as we speak?
Yes, I'm seeing it.
Thank you, Glue Stick. I'm going. We are go.
Oh boy.
Yeah, they're definitely taking some casualties, but you made contact, and that's what matters.
I'm just glad I didn't kill your daimyo. That was my main concern.
Ah, don't worry. We can make a new one.
That's true. That's true. One thing you should always tell the soldiers for battles that they're place.
Don't worry, men. If you fall, we have others.
Take heart. Things will go okay for me. I think I just stole a quote from Shrek. Lord Farquaad said something similar.
No, it was, some of you may die, but that is a sacrifice I am willing to make.
Yeah.
All right, we got him. So one of the main dangers during the ends of these battles is that your men could still kill your general if you use your general to ride them down as they run.
Yeah, especially in Fall of the Samurai.
God, do you play the Obama clan in base Shogun 2? Not Obama,
No.
Otomo.
Otomo are very fun, yeah. I had to like put a rule to myself not to play them all the time, really, because it's like not only they're fun, they're like very easy because you just get some missionaries to like spark some revolt and then you just jump in without even having to declare any form of war.
Well, the challenge with them isn't taking the land. The challenge with them is keeping it.
Yeah.
Because then you got rebellions happening right back.
I remember the Portuguese units are like insanely powerful, which is really cool. Both in melee
Yeah,
and
the
range.
Tercios. Alright, our armies are a little messed up, but it'll probably work out in the end. Alright. Passing it over to you.
Oh, thank you, thank you. So even though we have a military alliance, it also gave me an option to play as the opposing forces still. So I guess we'll just stay allied and see how it goes. If one battle looks particularly interesting or whatever later on.
I do believe we are both Imperial loyalists.
I checked, I am a shogunate faction, but that's okay. I'm willing to move to the Imperial side. They have cooler outfits.
Exactly. We have the drip. Oh, Tyrone is suggesting you get my commander killed.
Yeah.
So that way you can become the leader of the alliance.
Yeah, I saw that during the cavalry charge, and I was like, ooh, intrusive thought. Let's not do that.
Also, one of your viewers is suggesting you try he's going to try skydiving and alligator wrestling.
Yeah, that'd be fun. So I'm hearing the music for like a battle screen. I'm not seeing anything. Are you seeing anything?
Okay, so I think a good fix. Oh, it's because I was watching your stream and actually participating. You want to auto-resolve this?
Yeah. I guess that works. Yeah, no, that's a pretty clear victory.
The funnest thing in Fall of the Samurai is definitely a defensive siege battle. When you have like tons of gunners.
Oh yeah, especially if you're like outnumbered even. How well you can pull it off. Oh, he took my thing. That's alright, I'll just take his thing. Let's see. Ooh, artillery crew accuracy. I'll take that. Even though I have zero artillery yet.
When you get your foreign trade port, which country do you go for?
Usually I go... I believe the American Marines are the best all-rounder. Yeah, the US is very fun in that regard.
You don't like the HMS Dreadnought?
I actually never used that one. Is that what the British offer you?
Yes.
Pretty cool, I'll have to look into that one. Let's see. In terms of buildings, I'm wondering what I should prioritize. Well, I guess I have no money right now, so that's the priority. To make more money.
Yeah, When I play Obama Clan, I first work on healthcare, and then these middle provinces that are like far away from where the front lines will be, like Echizen and Kaga, I just make them economic powerhouses.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. I guess I'll go ahead and declare war on them and try to bait them over to my side.
Cast your words upon the breeze.
Ian, you think I'd make a good film director?
My ears.
I'd make a good animated film director. I love digital media, but like actually going on location to shoot sounds kind of miserable to me.
It's fun, but also miserable, yeah. Big Soko. I helped out with some student film projects back when I was in college, and it was kind of the same regard.
Yeah.
It's very fun when things go right, but when it comes to like schedule conflict errors, it's just a mess. I drew like the storyboards once for a project that my friends helped out so generously with. And at a certain point with how difficult it was, I remember one of my friends just saying, why don't you just make this a comic at this point? And I didn't really have anything to refute him with. Yeah, it was perfectly true. Once the storyboard was done, what did it have to be live action? As fun as it is, of course, but especially when you're not paying anyone, it's hard to, of course, have everyone take the time out of their day to come out and help.
Hero, do me one favor. Whenever you're in like a diplomacy screen or something that involves me, yell at me to like actually click it, because I'm watching your screen, so I don't know when I'm having the
I will make sure to scream
very loudly.
Or he wounded someone, that's alright. There's not much else I can do in this regard, so that works out.
Excuse me. Regarding like, I don't know what it looks like from the outside, but if I were to give myself a job description, it honestly would be digital media producer. Like I do the writing, I do the hosting, I do the research, I direct the project. But I think more than anything else, I'm a producer. And like a fantasy of mine for like where this channel goes one day is I might have a team. I have like about a dozen people working for me right now. I would love to have just a huge production studio working on a dozen projects at a time. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a lot to manage. That's my first thought.
But I love that. I love doing the management.
All right, now I'm screen picking your stream.
Yes.
Oh, the
By the
UI
way,
here is way
ninjas-
better in terms of the chat. What the heck?
Yeah, I have like a stream overlay and stuff. Do me a favor and hit auto resolve.
I could do that.
Yeah. In fact, like a sort of like broader fantasy of mine, and Griffin Johnson over at Armchair History does this. Great guy, by the way. He like also has a video game studio and like his own private streaming platform and a whole bunch of stuff. And I would love to move in that direction. You know, you saw my tabletop RPG, Iron and Blood, right?
Yes, a bit of it. I did not, to be honest, have an in-depth look in it, but it's something that I always support, yeah. The whole wargaming scene in that regard.
Yeah. Okay. My my army's like really beaten up. It's not conquering anything. I gotta send some reinforcements.
No, yeah, I
But
remember.
what was I getting at?
I saw his video on the sort of the retrospect on how the last big project went, and I thought it was very good. He was very honest. You know, talked about what went wrong in the development process and what he was doing differently for a new one, and I thought it was very smart. Everything that he analyzed about himself and stuff, like the scope was too big before, so we're gonna turn it more into like being a regimental commander and trying to survive more of a rogue-like sort of FTL mode, that you're just like a regimental level commander in a wider war trying to accomplish a regional task. And I think that was very smart to go that direction.
If I were to do, he's definitely making the right call. If I were ever to do this, what I would probably do this on the lines of is like, if I'm gonna do a strategy game, I'd make the first game be just the battles and that's it. And then like the sequel would actually be like the broader overworld grand strategy stuff. He sort of did in the reverse order, I guess.
I did try out something in that sort of spirit. What was it? I think it was Grand Tactician Civil War, or one of the Civil War ones.
Those games are so good. The Ultimate General series.
Yeah, no, it was fun, and that was also mostly battles, but it kept it tied together from being kind of just a bunch of separated battles by the fact that, yeah, you had your named officers, you had these units, you know, that you had to heal and like outfit yourself. So it wasn't like entirely disconnected battles, which was a very good factor, I think, towards the campaign feeling like a campaign and not just like going down a drop list.
Exactly. And if you played the later series, American Revolution, they actually did the overworld map then.
I have not tried that one out yet, but I am interested in still observing it. They just gave up on this place. I'm auto-resolving this one. Please help me.
Auto-resolve, sent. Yeah, the reason I was bringing up Iron and Blood is that when you saw it, I actually put it on hiatus for a while just because the channel was taking up all my time. I'm actually working on that game again, and I want to try to get it published and printed.
Cool. I got a buddy who's doing like a tabletop RPG thing, and he's also looking to get that sort of self-published and printed. And it's I mean, once you get to like physical logistics stuff that you have to handle yourself, yeah, that's when the...
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah, awful.
Awful.
I mean, that's
And plus,
why
like-
people hire people, I see, yeah, for handling things like that. Peace of mind, not least of all withstanding.
Yeah, and on top of that, like selling, let's say it gets printed, 500 copies. Selling 500 copies of a book is so brutally hard.
Yeah. I mean, even just like handling 500 different shipments, if you're not using a company to assist with that, is hell. It's a look into one of the circles of hell. I'm not sure which one, or maybe purgatory, but it definitely is not pleasant unless you have like the gear, the mind for it. And I have to say, enjoy games like Factorio. I enjoy like little supply chain management games. I do not enjoy it in real life. That is something I know about myself.
Okay, for my channel's merchandise, we work with a company called Fourth Wall, which is like just the best company ever made because they do all the merch. They do the printing, they do the payment processing, they do the website hosting.
That's
they have a
beautiful,
system
yeah.
where you can turn their templates into their site. Dude, if you ever want to like sell your stuff as like, I know I'm completely simping for this anonymous corporation, but I'm sorry, they solved all of my problems regarding selling merch.
Hey.
In fact, the only problem I have is finding the artist to illustrate it. So like, hey man, like you can do the illustrations yourself. If you want to sell merch, I highly recommend them. It's still a lot of work, but like so much better.
Oh, now that I have both a recommendation inside of it and also confirmation that they're good people to work with, yeah, I'll look into that after the stream. Be pretty fun.
Yeah. Dude, you know what? Like after the stream is over, like I can like yap to you and give you all the details the audience probably isn't so interested with, but like, sorry, like they literally took what was probably realistically 1.5 years of work and just reduced it to like probably 1.5 months of like setting the website up.
Yeah, oh, that's fantastic. I think it's something that people would actually be pretty interested in overall. At least I noticed a few of those like videos in the arts adjacent sphere on YouTube talking about, yeah, like the nitty gritties of how it worked to like merchandise something, how the selling works, how the journey of the products go. Probably not in a stream about video games, but they do definitely have dedicated videos that are popular. So
yeah, I know, because like, you know, when you're the audience, you think like, oh, it's buying a t-shirt, right? It is a complicated thing. Like you need to like, one, figure out what specific t-shirt you're going to print your design on. And there's dozens of them. And then it's like, do you want to print them to order, or do you want to like order 100 of them and keep them in a warehouse? And if so, where and how much does that cost? And what implications does that have for international shipping?
it's crazy how like low
yeah.
cost people think like warehouses are, like that haven't like experienced anything adjacent to it. Like it's not like a U-Haul. It's way pricier to rent out warehouse space.
Yeah, so let's say you have all that done. You have your product, you have your design, which like, you know, you can draw it yourself. You're an artist. Me, like, I can do stick figures. I have a team of artists working for me, so I got to get one of them. And then there's complicated questions of like, what dimensions? What's the PPI? What colors can and can't you print? What looks good? What doesn't? But let's say you have all your merch done, right? The next problem, how does the audience actually buy it? You need like a website. And that's its own giant ordeal. And then once you have the website, you need like a storefront on that website so they can like purchase it. And that means you need pictures to showcase the product and prices. And do you want to do sales? That's a whole feature for your website. It's a whole thing. And then finally, you get all that done. You now need a payment processor. So are you getting Visa? Are you getting MasterCard? Oh, yes.
Sorry.
No, you're good. And then once all that's done, you have to actually ship it. And every one of these steps I described is actually like a dozen smaller steps.
Yeah. It's definitely something like, if there's less than, say, maybe 3 people involved with the entire process, it's gonna take exponentially more time. And 3 is just a random number to throw out there, or even probably even more.
As you command.
I'll say this, I have one advantage in that I run like a corporation as a dictatorship. Like I don't have collaborators. I have, okay, they're not employees, they're contractors, but like I ask them to do a thing and I pay them to do the thing. So like it's a little easier in that respect. Man, if you're collaborating with 3 co-equal people, that also sounds like so much harder.
Yeah, I mean, any sort of collaboration is always going to be a lot more time, to put it in a very diplomatic way.
Yeah, and then there's the horror of like having a disagreement, because it's not the disagreement that's a problem, it's resolving the disagreement, which if you don't have a dictatorial structure, it's like, you know, that could go any number of ways.
Yeah, and usually, I mean, it's why so many bands broke up and stuff like that. Everyone's like trying their best to make it work, but sometimes there's just some things that just do not work out, both in terms of like the actual, I would say, economic process, but yeah, also of course the obvious creative differences. That's a lot of people as well. I think there's much more I can do my turn.
Like the tragedy behind it is sometimes like no one was even specifically wrong. It was just different directions different people wanted to go in, and there was just no way to resolve those differences.
Yeah. My buddy Mitch, he used to do some YouTube channel back in the day. I think it was called like Top 10 like Trends or something like that, and he helped out with like doing the voices for it and everything. And without getting, you know, of course, too specific into the nitty-gritties and everything like that, at a certain point, there might be a decision to sell the company or the channel, and then of course that's always going to be tricky, because of course like no one's really necessarily the bad guy for wanting to choose to like vote to sell it or anything like that, but of course the people that might not want to sell it are always going to feel a bit saddened that the project was kind of ended prematurely, of course. And that's not a decision, of course, that comes up very often for creators and YouTube channels, but it is something that does happen sometimes. It's always sad to see it maybe not work out so diplomatically in some cases.
I will say this, channel sales happen way more often than you might expect.
Yeah. Especially if it's not like if it doesn't have like the same voice of the person that's like essential for the channel's reputation or brand or whatever word people want to use for it.
Like not even, like sometimes they will sell the channel for like however much, again, like hypothetical number, $1 million, and they will continue to work for a salary as an employee in their own former company. Or like in my case, I'm functionally a production company of which I happen to be the host. For me selling the channel, it wouldn't be, I'd never want to sell my channel for the record, but like it wouldn't be that hard for me to sell it, and because it's not a one-man production, like they're basically by the employees. And like most people would not notice unless my voice changed.
The world of entertainment, show business. Oh, now studying consular court. It's great. Yeah, I want artillery though, so we're gonna go to that range.
Oh, I think you have a little sing-along going on in your chat, by the way.
There's a sing-along in my chat? Oh, we don't want to
Yeah,
go to war
song?
today. But the
Here, I'm
man
gonna
with
play
the
it.
whip says, nay, nay, nay. My god, that's a
When
scary
we
name.
aired the War of 1812 video, people were arguing over whether they should sing the Star Spangled Banner or if they should sing Johnny Horton's 18 Battle of New Orleans.
Oh, that's the one with the, I think loading up like a gator with like a cannonball or something like that.
Yeah.
No, we'll all resolve this one. I think a big battle might be coming soon though, and that'll be fun.
Beautiful.
He comes at me.
The people thirst for blood. Oh, Angling Man, welcome to the stream.
I think something that was interesting that I found for the little game I'm making right now, and like finding royalty-free like MIDI songs online, was that the national anthem of like the US, I don't know if it was like official or not, but there used to be another one called like Hail Columbia or something in that regard. And
Yes.
it was interesting to learn about if I should like feature that one more in the game or not. I won't pretend that it's historically accurate or anything really makes sense with the choices of songs that I do eventually go with, but it's nice to nod to little more obscure parts of history sometimes in that regard.
I don't know how much this would help you, but I'll give you the suggestion. For most of the music on my channel now, we use a site called Epidemic Sound. So for a YouTuber, the model is great. It's a monthly subscription. And as long as you release the video while the subscription is active, it's yours forever.
Ah.
So if you stop paying the subscription, you're still keeping the rights. You're not like enslaved to them. I don't know what the implications are for you as a developer who like releases one game.
Yeah, it's always a bit tricky.
But I, like, they're intended to be very friendly to someone who does this sort of thing. And I also really like their sound library.
Kind of crazy how many licenses are out there too when I like go around looking for stuff. Because it doesn't just end at like Creative Commons CC. There's like all these sort of additions to it now these days. It's been fun trying to interpret the legalese in that regard. I have been very lucky with a lot of... Sorry, what's going on?
No, keep going.
I have been very lucky with the era I chose. I can just genuinely use just a lot of art from that time period, and even from the 1800s depicting that time period, because it's all public domain now. But of course, some very talented
I'm going to tell you
creators.
something that might spook you a little bit. This is a problem I deal with my TTRPG. So even if the painting itself is not owned, sometimes the digitization of it has a separate copyright.
Yeah, that is always a problem sometimes. I also have to be very careful too. Like, I realize that a lot of like the woodcuts that are colored are like newly copyrighted or something along those lines. But if like you get the woodcut in its original black and white, then yeah, it's a bit more leeway. Yeah, almost everything I've seen in like color, I've always had to like double take now when it's from the 1700s or it looks like it's from the 1700s originally. All right. This guy's being quite strange, but I think I have a way to make this coming battle very easy. If this daimyo assassination goes right.
Here, one of my viewers wants to know if you prefer the Shogunate or the Imperials, and whether you prefer the base Shogun campaign or the Fall of the Samurai campaign more.
I do Fall of the Samurai when I want to relax, and I prefer the Imperials just because their uniforms are better. But the base Shogun 2 campaign, I think, just has a bit more range in what you'll be experiencing or what you'll be working with. Or in this one, it's very... The battles get very similar once you get artillery, for lack of a better word. Say. Alright, this one will be fun, actually. I'm gonna quick save.
Alright. I'm hyped.
I don't have many fun infantry to work with, we'll say. Right now as well.
So you have to hit play battle, and then I think I get the option for what to do.
Yes, I pressed play battle. I think it's probably just lagging at this point.
How did you get into the last battle? Did you hit observer?
Yes, I hit spectate.
Okay, I just hit spectate then.
Yes, and then I give you some units.
But yeah, I want to know a little more about the game you're working on.
Sure. Specifically, the setting or the gameplay loop.
Tell me what's the like latest thing you worked on that you feel comfortable sharing.
Oh sure. I mean, so just today I added 2 things, which one has to do with the writing and the characters. It's the Mr. Loss, who's the main character's sister. She owns the inn, and so not only should she be providing like, the first few story quests in the as an American Revolution like smuggler, she'll also just be like comedically berating him and the player a lot. And then a gameplay thing I added was now when you like sail around the colonies, they might be like a random spawn of like cargo in the ocean. And that cargo you can pick up, and the vast majority of the time it's going to be smuggled goods, which will raise your suspicion meter and might get you into trouble with the authorities. And that was kind of fun because the playtesters that have tried it, they didn't really see much of a reason to smuggle yet, and so I wanted to give a bit more incentives by just kind of handing them free smuggled goods at a certain point. Alright, let's see what to give you. That would be fun units. I'll give you the crazy ass units. I think you'll enjoy those.
Sure thing. Mind if I take the cavalry as well?
Sure. I'll handle the levy infantry. Give me actually the musket guys back then if you're going to handle the
I'll let you take the battle line, and I'll maneuver with the cavalry.
Okay. Yeah, you don't want any of the cool ass units?
No, because if I'm messing with your battle line, it makes the whole thing incoherent. While the cavalry can act kind of independently without affecting your strategy.
Mm-hmm.
One question: do you want me on your left flank, right flank, or both?
Take the left flank, I'd say.
All right, already there.
Where the hell are my Muskemen in this line? Okay, no, I see it.
You played Star Sector, right?
Yes.
The way they do illegal goods is very good. I highly recommend taking a look at it.
Yeah, there was definitely quite a bit of inspiration there. Most of all with the tariffs being like absurdly painful, which is also meant to encourage smuggling. Oh yeah, I remember watching Seth Zinch's video on it, and I was just so enamored with it that I immediately went to go play, and it was awesome.
It's an awesome game.
I think a lot of it too, and it's gonna be hard for me to catch up with it because it's been so many years in development. It's just how complete the game feels and how immersive it is because there's so much outside of just trading as well. Like there are parts of the game you can completely ignore in a playthrough, and that's like, it just makes us feel so much more lived in that regard.
My guess is I think the areas your game will be strongest in is like characters, narrative, story. You're not, the gameplay loop should be there, it should be compelling, but that's not why you're there. You are there to learn more about the state chans, date them, maybe learn a little bit of history. It's more of the setting.
And a lot more, definitely funny comedic moments. And that's why I'm like happy too that the gameplay loop of trading and like revisiting old places, it's also very economical reuse of assets, but it also just kind of give players definitely things to do in between those moments, which also frees up my time from having to exclusively do, how do I say this? RPGs are very fun to make, but the thing that you have to accept with them, some very wise game designer a long time ago said, was it's one-time use content, for lack of a better word. Once the player sees a cutscene, they're not really gonna experience it again over and over, compared to, say, you know, the trading game loop, which is they're going to be going to the same towns over and over, and it won't feel overly repetitive. But yeah, if you just like force them to watch the same date event over and over, there's going to be a bit of righteous indignity at like, what's going on here?
24XRU asks, is this Ezekiel? Yes, it is, and I am here with Hero Tonfa. And General Stoked, I would not hold my breath on the Indochina video.
Hi, I changed streams. Just be careful not to get the general kill. That's true.
Well, I'm the one who has to heed that warning. One other thing I'll say is, like, maybe lean into the lack of replayability of the game. Like, almost look at it as a visual novel.
Yeah, that
might play to a strength.
That's definitely going to be how I plan to do some of the elements for sure. Sorry, I'm mostly just using filler words right now because I am getting distracted by the battle line, so forgive me, everyone.
Yeah. Well, answer the questions in my comment section. Are we ever going to do a Roman Empire series? I don't know if we'd ever do the Roman Empire series as a topic in itself, but what I would like to do, especially, is the civil war between Marius and Sulla. That topic fascinates me.
Yeah. It's a very fascinating civil war. The proscriptions, I still can just remember how, like, chilling they are, frankly, that you like go up, you wake up one day, you head to the forum, and you find out your name's on like the kill list.
You know, Caesar was very nearly prescribed.
Yes. And it was also an accusation against, I believe, Cicero, that he was a usually very upstanding man when it came to law and the system, but he obviously did also benefit quite a bit from very extreme measures taken during the Civil War, for sure.
Be very careful on your far right. They have some Yari key there.
Oh boy, that's trouble.
I think it was Napoleon Bonaparte who said, if you want to understand a man, learn what the world was like when he was 20. Because Caesar's mistake, not in the moral sense, but like the political strategic sense, was probably being so merciful to the men he defeated at the end of his civil war. He was really trying to bring the Republic back together, and it was those guys who ended up stabbing him in the theater of Pompey. And I think the reason Caesar was so merciful was specifically because he experienced the prescriptions and did not want to repeat them.
And how
his
horrifying
attempts,
they were.
and his attempts to be merciful, his attempts to like do the right thing, quote unquote, is actually not only what got him killed, but what doomed Rome to another round of civil wars. Because you know what? Marius's prescriptions didn't work, but Sulla's did. Rome experienced a generation of peace because of them.
Yeah. There is a sort of very sad fact of the day that if you kick the can down the road of some very hard decisions sometimes, and they're always very unpredictable, of course, what those cans exactly are, you are setting up just a problem for future generations to spill blood over, unfortunately. That's the case.
Your right flank is getting turned a little bit.
Yeah, no, we're screwed.
I'm gonna try to counterflank them by going around our rear. See if you can straighten out the line a little bit and have it face east. You have a unit of Yari, Matchlock Kachi.
Yeah. I think we're gonna reform in better circumstances.
Do you think if Caesar survived his assassination, Rome would have been better? Yes, definitely, 100%.
Oh yeah.
I don't even think that's a question. He knew what he was doing. He was extraordinarily competent, like as a politician and administrator as well. General Stokes says, "Grandpa, how did we get so rich?" "Well, son, I shanked my neighbor because he was on the list." Hey, he's making a list and he's checking it twice. Sulla knows who's naughty or nice.
This is a very atmospheric battle. It's rain. Very nice.
I think the prettiest Total War games, honestly. Oh, your left, you're getting countercharged with that spear levy.
Yeah, no. Oh,
Those are Matchlock Kachi. They're fine in melee. Just get your spearmen into the battle and you'll kill their general. I'm sending our generals in now. They're just kind of on the wrong side.
No, it's understandable.
Your men are routing, sir.
What an embarrassing battle. This always happens when I stream, though. I swear. I'm normally more put together.
Off the air, I was discussing the possibility that maybe Shogun 2 wasn't the best game for like a variety of reasons, and this is something in my experience. If you solo a strategy game on stream, it's usually fine because you can pause, but when you have two people working together, there's like 7 layers of distraction going on.
Yeah. I imagine even being like a general during a real battle and having like very scary, annoying court observers. It's gonna stress out your normal decision process. Especially when you have to collaborate with
There's a
someone
unit
else.
of Yari Kachi on your far left.
Far left. Yes.
Very far left, kind of behind. Send your spear levy in and I can flank them. The cavalry just can't charge it on its own.
Of course.
A unit has grown weary, sir.
Unit has grown weary.
There's a Sengoku mod in Hoi 4. I feel like Hearts of Iron isn't well suited to medieval Japan. Oh, your main area is getting charged, your Shogatai?
A unit has grown
My
weary,
Shogatai.
sir.
Oh, hell no.
The Yari Kachi are about to break, though. As soon as they do, we can go back to the center and we can win this fight.
Yeah. Oh, this is
Okay, they broke.
They broke.
One of your
yeah.
units about to break? I am sending the general in to try to rally them.
Yeah.
He's very tired, though.
I am no longer gonna underestimate Yarikachi in this mode. They're like... They're good.
Anything that's samurai, very tough, especially early game.
Sir.
The men want to break so bad, it's just the generals keeping them in the fight.
That's the heroism. That's the great man of history.
Yes. Llewell asked if this is the first Call Me Ezekiel stream. No, I've streamed a bunch of times. Physical removal enthusiast, welcome to the stream. I think I know what your politics are.
Yeah, I saw the, I caught a bit of your Victoria 3 stream a while back. That one actually might be a fun one to go stream because it's very, very low key and probably a bit easier to keep track of things.
Oh, that's what you think.
Oh yeah. I didn't say keep track of things in a good way, but...
Okay, true. Oh, yep, the army broke. Okay, I'm gonna save your generals by having them retreat off field.
It was a very fun battle, I'll say that at least.
Yes.
I kind of like that they kicked my ass. That hasn't happened in a while in a Shogun 2 stream. I learned harsh
Little
lessons.
did you know,
for the
I was
future.
working for the enemy to distract you. Do me a favor and fast forward. I want to try to get the general off. Because if you just hit the retreat button, sometimes they retreat through the enemy.
Yeah, they think it's very funny.
Am I gonna do linear history like the? I'm probably not touching the Napoleonic Wars because I love Napoleon, I adore him, but like I don't like doing just military history, and Napoleon focuses a lot on that.
There's an amazing book I read in the era. I think it's called Napoleon's Marshals by Mr. Delderfeld. It goes into like the life stories of like each of the marshals and like their backgrounds and their personalities, and it's just so much fun seeing like everything dance around Napoleon in that regard of all these very competitive personalities, to put it lightly.
My absolute favorite form of history is where you do follow the main narrative, but exactly as you described, it's like the term would be global history, I guess, where it's like this event happened and here's how it affected everything.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Ooh, we got a little spike in people joining the stream. Welcome, welcome.
What the hell do I do now? This is gonna be trouble.
Oh, yeah.
I need to rebuild my army, but yeah, from what direction? The frontier or more towards the capital?
I like putting the military buildings on the frontier on 2 counts. 1, they provide garrisons. 2, they're closer to where you need them.
Yeah. All right. I mean, frankly, this whole adventure was maybe a bit miscalculated, so... Let's see.
Honestly, that's when Total War is at its best, when like your army is at the very limits of your supply lines and you're like desperately fighting with your totally imbalanced force.
What I am going to do is train Kachi.
Am I going to stream on Twitch again, or is the channel dead? I think that all future streams, Physical Removal Enthusiast, are going to happen here on the main channel. Because like getting people, first off, I don't like Twitch as a website very much for a variety of reasons, but also like the audience is here, why move them off site? And also the reason I stopped streaming on the main channel is the VODs annoyed people. But if I just unlist the VODs and put them in a playlist, you can both access them and people don't get annoyed. So dubs all around.
There's something interesting about that. I mean, not only, I understand that you probably don't like Twitch as much, and I kind of agree, because they don't sing us happy birthday. They don't force the office to sing us happy birthday. That'd be nice. That might convince me, but but it's also I wanted to kind of get into that a bit, where the kind of stuff that you present to your viewers, there's a bit of I don't like using the word double standard because it implies more of a frustration with it, and that's not really what I mean, but it's something I observe of like, depending on what you normally do or what your fans will describe you as, you get a lot more leeway in the type of stuff you can post. Like you say, if you do history mainly and then you do some video game streams, some people might get a little annoyed by it. But if instead you were a video game channel and you randomly did like a history related video, which what's that one very talented channel, Ahoy, they like do mostly game stuff, and then they just did like videos on the history of like firearms and like their development, and they were insanely popular and people loved them. But if it went the other way around, it's a bit of a harder sell in some regards. On Twitter and other social media, when I mostly just did art, and I still do, I'd say mostly, but when I specifically describe myself as an artist, people would get some people will get a bit more upset and annoyed, and they're, I'm not blaming them for it. If I posted things not related to art, if I like posted a meme, or if I posted more about history, people will kind of go, oh, that's not what I'm kind of here for. Fair enough. And they would like submit a complaint. When I started describing myself more as a game dev or like just an amateur pop history guy, there's a lot more leeway. People are much more easygoing when I post memes, and when I post art now, it's more of like a bonus to quite a few people than it is like the expected main thing. It's kind of hard to describe. The closest comparison is an alternate history hub. When he just like starts doing drawings, it's like seen as a very fun addition. It's never really...
Real quick, this is a battle we need to fight.
Sure.
And we're gonna have to be very smart about it. This is winnable. It's highly winnable. The auto resolve bar is lying. We just need to be
We
very
need to
careful.
lock in. I understand.
Yes. Lock in hard.
Okay. Oh my god. We're at least in a castle, right?
No, they're sallying out of the castle.
Okay.
We're sieging them.
Oh, we don't got high ground, but we do have a force. That's good.
Yeah, 24 XRU. I wouldn't expect much alternate history. We did one alternate history video, like just for fun, but it was a cute little extra.
Mm-hmm.
There's something I was gonna piggyback off of you saying. Let me
Alternate history hub. The type of stuff that people...
No, it's setting expectations.
Yes.
Like, it's interesting how when you set one expectation, sometimes it can come with others as like a cute little bonus.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna give you command of the cavalry.
Okay. Which we're gonna have to be...
And the Kisho ninjas. And what I would like you to do is hide them in this forest directly to my left. And I'm gonna move my men behind this hill. In military tactics, it's called a defilade or a defilade.
Mm-hmm.
We are ready to defend.
Okay, so you just want me to hang out here?
Yes.
Okay.
And what you're gonna do is, they're considered hidden, right? You have the little hidden icon.
The cavalry are not. I think if I dismount them...
The cavalry are... Because what I'm trying to do is like make them not see the cavalry so you can hit them in the flank.
Okay, I could dismount them, but there's a chance I might lose the horses if they panic. I will leave that decision up to you.
Leave them there for now.
Okay. I'm not sure what the rules are when the horses panic and leave the cavalry mountless. But yeah, I do
It
notice
means they're
that when...
stuck as infantry for the duration of the battle.
Yeah, they can't call their horses back. I think like guns especially probably scared them off a lot.
I only have this one unit of melee infantry. You know, can you send your ninjas? I wish there was a way to ping. You see my rightmost front rank of levy infantry?
Rightmost top front flank. Yes, you want them here?
You see how like there's two hill zones?
Yes, there's
I
a way
want
to
you, like,
activate
in front of them.
the ping. It's top right, the eye icon.
Oh, physical enthusiast. Oh, I see it. Here. Physical enthusiast, thank you so much for becoming a channel member. So yeah, one of the reasons I want to stream on this channel is, again, like, this channel was always the most sensible place to stream. It's where the audience is. I have 175,000 subscribers. Like, it's great. The problem is that the live streams don't annoy people. The VODs annoy people because those show up all over their recommendeds, and like, they're not there for that, which is why, again, I like the strategy of stream live for everyone, unlist the VOD, put it in a playlist.
The artisan bio
So yeah,
meta
there's-
is rough because you literally can't have anything else in your media tab. Yeah. There's something about that. Yeah. If an actor randomly posted a series of paintings in his tab, it's much more accepted. If an artist suddenly became an actor and started posting like a lot of live action clips or whatever, yeah, people would get a little more myth. It's just kind of how it goes, I suppose.
Okay, Hero. You can see the enemy army. There's two units we need to really destroy. Because I will win the gun battle. Because as a player, I know that wide, thin lines work.
Yes.
But the AI is too stupid to know that. So we'll win the shooting battle. It is their melee infantry and cavalry who's a threat. If you can throw grenades at their... they have one unit of melee infantry. If you can grenade the melee infantry or get a good charge on them, or their general, which demoralizes the whole army, that's how we win.
Okay. General and melee
Do
infantry.
me a favor. Move the cavalry maybe here.
Understood.
Can you micro the two units at once?
Not really.
Oh, physical removal enthusiast. You want to be a mod? Here you go. That's why you were so curious.
I will try my best. Do I? Yeah, we'll have the cavalry corrected. I'm thinking about moving these
Congratulations,
ninjas
physical-
into the forest. Should I? No.
Yeah,
Oh.
go for it. They have really, really good stealth already. I think the forest makes it better.
Does this
All
not
right, physical
count?
removal enthusiast, you now have the power to defend our Covenant community. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit, so
Sure,
I hope
sure.
your units are where you want them.
Oh, this is gonna be fucked. Terrifying.
Oh yeah, I'm also gonna loose formation these guys in the hopes that it minimizes the casualties to take from the volley.
Yeah, Napoleon Total War added like more reliable skirmishing behavior for those kinds of units, but this one it's a bit more.
Well, fun enough, Napoleon Total War was before this.
Well, no kidding, and they took away that sort of formation. Sad.
At this point,
The enemy has uncovered the hidden units.
no, you're right. it's
Oh, they
silly.
saw the ninjas. I should move that before they get gunned down.
It depends. Like, the AI is too stupid to know not to shoot into the sides of hills. So if you, again, that military term, defilate them properly,
Yeah.
which means put them behind a ridge.
Let's see. Yeah, that's good. Should I move the cavalry more to the left, even?
I think their leftmost unit is very vulnerable to a charge. Just pull them back immediately if they're cavalry or infantry countercharge.
I understand.
Your general is under attack.
Alright, with my cavalry, I should focus on the flank or their general?
Don't go for their general because that'll be a head-on fight. Kill their leftmost volleying infantry.
Understood.
And I'm going to have my infantry come up close behind in support. And if they try to countercharge you with their general or their spears, you just pull back and we'll gun them down as they chase.
Understood.
And your ninjas on the right when you have a moment.
Mm-hmm.
But really watch the generals. We do not want to lose them.
Yeah. Oh, they're coming, they're coming.
Yeah, back up. I actually told my guys to hold their fire.
Understood. Oh, yeah, to go straight for your lines. I see.
Yeah. You see those volleys just got off on their general? That's what holding fire does.
Alright, their generals are like attacking the lines. What should I do now? Focus on the general?
Countercharge their general. If we
Understood.
kill him, they're all going to break.
Understood. Oh, this is going to be a gamble.
Yes, kill him. Kill him. Kill him.
Sir, a unit has fired off all its ammunition.
Assuming that's the ninjas.
Keisho ninjas on the right are doing work.
Yeah.
Oh, did we get him? Okay, use the cavalry to roll up their whole line. Kill all their gunners. It's totally fine if we lose a unit of levy infantry. Just kill their gunners.
Okay.
They have to die. Roll them up. Fruit roll up. Fruit by the foot.
Yep.
Oh, they're breaking. They're really breaking.
Oh, that went way better than I feared.
Killing their general is like the thing to do. Okay, they're all about to chain break. What I want you to do is split the two cavalry units and just ride them all down. We're going to continue this battle. We have to kill as many of them as possible.
I see.
Okay, great. I'm turning my dudes around so they don't kill the cavalry.
Understood.
Let me know when you have them chasing them down, and then we'll just fast forward this.
Oh, there's one that's still hanging around. What the hell?
Oh, they want more. They think they're tough.
That's fascinating. I've never seen this before. Please don't shoot my men. Okay, we got this. Yeah, no, they're done now.
So, Jover. How do I do my voice like that when posting? Do I go to studio to record the audio? What do you mean? Alright, I'm fast forwarding.
Sure. Yeah, that works out. Oh, there we go.
Oh, I can't continue the battle.
That's
Interesting.
That's crazy. That's not fair.
Oh, anyway, total Ezekiel victory. Thank you, Hero Tonfa, for the micro.
No, no. Happy you have patience with my cavalry skills. I'm usually not very good with them.
They want a peace treaty.
Are we giving them that or no? Depends how many men you have.
God,
left.
no.
Yeah.
That's Yamashiro. That's the capital of Japan. We have to defend the Emperor.
Oh, they're going straight for the Emperor? That's crazy.
He's saying that my voice sounds a little different. I'm going to listen to my own stream real quick. You guys will hear an echo. Apologies for that. Let's see what this sounds like.
I think you sound quite the same as usual, but yeah, let's see.
Sounds the same to me.
Unless he's making
It
a
might
joke
just be
about
that,
my
like-
voice coming in.
Oh, he might think you're me.
That's-
I'm the person with like the little boy voice, like the really high pitched voice. Hero has like the deep manly one.
But yeah. All
I'm
works
not
out.
ashamed to admit that.
It's what it is.
You are up, by the way.
I'm up.
Oh yeah, you're doing it. Cool.
Oh yeah, my turn.
So yeah.
Thank you.
No, you brought up a really good point about like what you put in your bio fundamentally changes how people engage with your content. I'm starting to think that maybe there's a more intelligent thing I can do with my bio to set better expectations.
I haven't seen your bio recently. I assume it says historian or history YouTuber.
All it says is host of the Little Emoji History channel,
That's kind
and then
of.
a link to the channel.
I mean, I think it's pretty all right. I guess the only thing you could do really is go more broad with it, right, and just say history in general. But the polling balls are obviously such a fun core part of the ancestry almost of your channel, I assume. Because I'm not ashamed to admit either. Polling balls are something I always liked, and it's also something that introduces people to a lot more obscure parts of history. At least back when they were super popular. All right, I'm thinking I want to like manage to get my guys to like escape. Really, my daimyo.
Where is your daimyo located?
He's in Etchu. He's all the way to like the right. I'm wondering if I should have him flee past the enemy army or not. That's going to be risky as well. I could also have the boat try to rescue him. That'll be interesting.
Here's what I suggest doing. There's only that one army in Kaga province you're worried about, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Kaga's castle is enough to kill that whole army. If you move the ship in firing range of Kaga castle, you'll also like just completely devastate them.
Yeah. All right. I think that's the good. Yeah. Let's attempt. Very desperate last stand.
Yeah. By the way, you can on the strategic map also bombard enemy armies and castles.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that range around the ship now?
Yes.
If a battle is fought in that range, you get in-battle artillery fire.
Oh shit! I can also buy line infantry here. I didn't even realize he had those. Yeah. Let's do that.
Physical removal enthusiast, this is Fall of the Samurai.
It's very true.
You know, physical removal enthusiast, first off, I don't know if I thanked you for becoming a member. Thank you for that. But two, you becoming a member also made me kind of realize like how much more sense it makes to do everything here on the main channel, because the channel memberships end up having double value both for like the general video watching and the live streams and the free super chat. Yeah, no, I think this was the way to go.
Yeah, I never really, for myself, saw much benefits either from splitting my stuff so often. I'm not sure if there's a more specific word to use for it than stuff, but I mean, it's already difficult enough alone for me to convince people to go from Twitter to YouTube, and that's like perfectly understandable.
Yeah.
It's always a bit cumbersome to move sites.
Yeah,
Just what
I
it
mentioned
is.
this a while ago, like getting people to go cross is virtually impossible. Like
Yeah.
you have to make it a big deal for it to happen.
Yeah, I'd say YouTubers definitely
Hit auto
have
resolve for me?
Sure, YouTubers definitely have a very good expectation of that, or at least it's. I noticed there's a lot of YouTubers that have rather large Twitter accounts with a little less.
The heir to the Tsu throne is dead.
Oh really?
Yeah, he died in the auto resolve.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Tragic. Hey, we got the Emperor's Mandate.
Hey, that's cool. I'm sure he would. That. I'm sure his spirit would be okay with that.
Yeah, and plus, like, we can always make another one.
Yeah, no, that's the unspoken sort of word. I didn't want to be rude, but
Oh, apparently we have a lead mine, which becomes a silver mine?
if you put it in your
No,
food,
it's a silver
it makes your
smelting plant.
people stronger overall. Oh.
Yes, yes. That's what the French advisor told us.
It will at least make some more violent soldiers with less impulse control, knowing the 70s lead crisis.
Ooh, I need just a bit more money, but we are short.
Is that about real life or the game?
I mean, both, I guess.
Very relatable.
When Hoi 4? I'll probably stream Hoi 4 soon. Oh, and regarding Shogun 2, so the base game in like the samurai era, that I think is the 1500s, but we're playing Fall of the Samurai, which is about Japan opening up to the world and modernizing, and this I think is the 1850s, 60s?
I forget if it's before or after. So I think after, because there's... No. Actually, I'm not...
No, it's before, but like the whole setup of Fall of the Samurai is kind of a fantasy, because like the dynamics of the period weren't really like this.
Mm-hmm. It extends the Boshin War by quite a bit.
Yeah, and like makes it bigger and more individual.
Total War always has to dance.
Anti-Boy Scout.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah?
Oh, no, let's hear what the Anti-Boy Scout has to say.
He was saying that Galena is a source of mostly lead and a little silver. I'm guessing that's the mine I was mentioning. So Fall of the Samurai is most of what was shown in the Japanese video. Yes, the How Japan Became a Modern Nation video are what the event of this game is inspired by. And after that, of course, is the Russo-Japanese War video, which I think is one of my favorites we've made for the channel. How come I'm streaming on YouTube and not Twitch? Honestly, like rewind the stream by about 20 minutes. You'll hear me rant about it for quite a bit. Ooh, another chance to say all the same words again.
Oh, yeah. I think Twitch handed you a ban for some sort of indecent exposure at some point.
Yeah, the audience was intimidated and they couldn't let that happen again.
Right, I'm trying to see if I should link up more of my forces with Kaga or not, or I guess Kaga's good on its own if I just keep building more units there.
You know what, Rich YTS? Yes, you have it right. My video, which came out 2 years ago, inspired this game from like 11 or 12 years ago, or however long it's been.
Total War is definitely like another thing that's gotten a lot of people into history. I mean, me myself playing, I think the first Rome Total War as a teenager. So
it's the same exact one for me. It was the first Rome Total War that got me in.
Games are just a fantastic way to introduce history to a lot of young people, definitely.
The Utes.
It goes very in-depth as well. Like, it's not just like... Obviously, there's a lot of gamification and stuff like that. You have to do that for game design and mechanics, but it teaches you a lot of things that you don't just get from a textbook of like, why do leaders make certain decisions? Why are some policies put in place? How did technology, especially of course in a lot of these games, evolve within a certain time period when it came to weapons?
There was a game design essay called Mechanics, Dynamics, Aesthetics. And I think the most important thing a game can capture are not the mechanics of a period, because those are often like kind of boring and hard to work with, but you want to get the dynamics and the aesthetics right.
Yes.
Maybe soldiers didn't fight exactly this way, but if it results in line battling, that's good enough.
Yes. I remember I've always defended the Civilization series. Some people tend to say it gets very board gamey. I argue that in spite of, or maybe because of, the board gamey kind of more simple mechanics of Civ, it still puts you in a very good mindset of like ruling a nation. Especially if like a lot of people like have to make militaries in the first few turns. You don't really have a decision because there's barbarians roaming, which is, you know, it's a true to life problem of many Bronze Age city-states when they first come up. You have to protect your people. You can't choose to be pacifistic. Sorry to cut you off.
Nah, you're good. I'm actually going to disagree with you on saying that Civilization captures the dynamics well. I think that it is fundamentally a board game with an aesthetic of history over it. And it actually is educational, but in a different way. You learn what the wonders are. You learn what some of the most important human technologies were. You learn, like, what kinds of soldiers existed in history, even if you have absolutely no notion of how they actually fought.
What am I doing with my ninja? Why am I having to roam around?
Oh boy, Rich YTS, do I have the video for you?
I like kind of want to build Saber Cavalry, but there's not much point right now. It's probably not when they're about to fight a castle battle. I'm like kind of shocked I've survived this long, actually.
Yeah, the main thing you need to do once you're actually, let me take a look at your stream and see your situation.
It's pretty good, actually.
Let me see the army.
Sure.
I'm on a slight stream delay.
There's a latency delay. I have it on normal. I got.
Oh yeah. Oh wait. Kaga has that blacksmith, so it's a great place to recruit infantry.
Things are going good. I think genuinely, once these next 2 line infantry are loaded in, I have a pretty good advantage actually, breaking out of this unscathed. I was just debating.
Yeah, and then
where
once you start moving forward, turn Kaga and Echizen into like big economic zones, and you'll be in the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rich YTS, I hope you enjoy the video. And check out the Russo-Japanese war video, which takes place immediately after. It is my personal favorite we've made.
Oh, you wrote a sequel to the war, I see.
Oh, something funny. In Base Shogun 2, the fertility of the rice field affects its output, and you still see the fertility of the rice fields. Like, you'll be very fertile soil or just like meager soil, but the output is the same no matter what.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you build your rice fields and follow the samurai.
They lied about the rice fields. That's crazy. In an Asian
Welcome
setting,
to the rice field, mother.
Yeah. Let's go. So remember all the Filthy Frank sound bites. I actually watched his.
See, that's how I know you're not lying about being 55. That's how I know. Sorry, that's how I know you were lying about being 55.
The fact that I know Filthy Frank, yeah, and like some quotes by memory. I actually rewatched his like "Pip My Wheelchair" video like a few months ago, and that one was. What a finale, genuinely, to go off on. I mean, I consider that the finale of Filthy Frank, and it's pretty solid. Things considered. Though obviously people also remember the cake videos, and those are also legendary. The amount of people that came in for that.
Filthy Frank was something else, I gotta tell you. What do the kids have these days? Skibbity toilet?
Yeah, no.
Just not the same.
Not quite the same. I remember Filthy Frank was also like one of the first people to really show me how... I think Vsauce always had like a pretty clear sense of humor, but he was definitely very funny in the Filthy Frank collabs. But there was a side to him that wasn't really as shown. There's just how insane he could get.
So what you're saying is if the United States had invaded Japan's mainland during World War II, it would have been like Vietnam? No, it wouldn't have, because unlike Vietnam, America would have definitely been willing to bomb their rice fields and it would have ended the war pretty fast. Whereas Vietnam just never ended.
I think World War I and II both got quite sobering with how willing many administrations involved in the conflict on both sides were willing to engage in biological warfare. Yeah, it would have been very ugly if the war extended. World War I and II.
You know, Henry Kissinger has this really, like, it's funny in kind of a cosmic sense, essay called Give War a Chance. And what the essay was about was it was complaining about the United Nations' policy of intervening in wars right before one side wins by sending in the peacekeepers, which means the war never has a proper conclusion. And instead of like saving lives and protecting people, it basically guarantees these conflicts to go on forever without result. So he's saying that like the humanitarian instinct of the UN and similar organizations or America is actually like increasing the amount of human suffering, not decreasing it.
I see, yeah. There's a lot of stuff in that regard, and again, right, it's always hindsight is 2020. I remember watching Alternate History Hub's video on the topic, and it did get me thinking about Theodore Roosevelt, sort of, if he had intervened in World War I earlier, would that have made the conflict less harsh in the long run. And that's obviously something of a debate constantly between Warhawks and the peace parties in any sort of debate about whether or not to get involved in these sort of things. Always very difficult. I'm auto-resolving this one.
Just guessing. Yes. I'm not sure America could have ended that war much faster. From a very Machiavellian perspective, the Americans played the war itself very well, even if that wasn't their intention. But like their post-war handling, I'm sorry, Wilson's 14 points were insane and delusional.
Yeah.
Without delay.
Wilson was
As you wish, my
not really
was
a
a president.
politician at heart. Yeah. No, yeah. I just meant very idealistic in a way that might not have been very productive for long-term stability, sadly. Though I'm also like just a Theodore Roosevelt like fanboy, so that's I will admit my bias there.
I don't mean this as an insult. I mean it as a genuine compliment. I like the way he died. That was a very noble death.
Yeah, I mean, the Amazon expedition in general, like before his death even, is like insane. It is insanity. The fact that a president did that too in like his post-presidency days. When he was so sick in the Amazon expedition that he told his son to leave him behind to die so he wouldn't slow down the expedition anymore, which had already seen multiple deaths. And his son basically threatened like his dad by saying like, even if you choose to die now, I still have to drag your body back for mom. And so if you choose to like commit suicide right now, essentially, it's gonna make the job even more difficult for me than if you were half conscious at least. And that convinced him. He said, oh yeah, I might as well not make it more difficult than it needs to be if you're gonna if you're gonna say that.
There's something very noble about that kind of conversation between a father and a son.
Yes. Oh my god, it is very beautiful.
Something very romantic.
It's very beautiful and comedic.
Yes. Speaking of heroic self-sacrifice and suicide, you know the first great work of romantic literature, The Sorrows of Young Werther?
No, I have not heard about this one. What's it about?
So it is about a young man who, for various reasons, can't be with the love of his life, so he kills himself rather than live without her. And this work of literature was so popular across Europe and so beloved by young people in Europe, they started killing themselves in imitation of the protagonist.
Oh man.
And like a bunch of European nations had to ban it because the kids kept killing themselves reading it.
Oh, that's brutal.
Dostoevsky has this really funny line. I think it's early in Brothers Karamazov, where he describes how a young noble woman in the village killed herself by this very scenic creek, like I think it was Desdemona from Hamlet. Was Desdemona Hamlet's love?
I actually do not know Hamlet very well. I do know stuff like
Okay.
King Lear and Henry III? No, Richard III. That's about the limit of my extension with Shakespeare outside of like adaptations, like Kurosawa films.
No,
I love those.
Desdemona was Othello.
I love those. Kurosawa's like Ran is still like awesome.
Ophelia. So she killed herself a bit like Ophelia, and Dostoevsky goes on like this whole tangent about how if the stream she killed herself by wasn't so beautiful and wasn't so scenic, she probably wouldn't have felt it as romantic to kill herself, and she might not have done it.
I'm auto-resolving this one. There's just a lot of those sort
Yes.
of themes in general, even of like, I know the term is not suicide by cop, but I'm thinking of who was the ancient Greek hero who had to go into the underworld to pick up his lover, but the deal was he couldn't look back. And, you know, spoiler.
Eudaimonia? No. I know who you are talking about.
If in general people know the myth, and for anyone that doesn't know the myth, yeah, there was this Greek musician, I believe, and he had this sweetheart who was very much in love with, and she had died tragically in both their youths. And so he went down into the underworld to beg Hades to let her go. And Hades was like, no, that's not how this works. But then Hades' own wife, I believe Persephone, was so moved by the plight that she begged Hades to let her go. And he was like, okay, but that's the deal, yeah, that you can't look back. And as they're going on the long walk towards the mortal world through this dark, dark cave where they have to walk like miles and miles, in some variations of the story, there's a cruel trick, and I believe there's a voice that plays behind him, and so he looks back to make sure like she's okay, and instantly, yeah, she like disappears, like boom, because he didn't hold his end of the bargain. It was some very mean thing. It was obviously not justified. It's a tragedy to do that to him, and so he spends the rest of his life playing music so miserable, so depressing, that he will wander the village, play music, and people started killing themselves, like from how like awful and like sad and miserable the music was making them feel. And at a certain point, yeah, like the Greeks had to get a militia together to just like kill him in the woods. And at a certain point, I think that was his sort of intention, that he didn't really want to be alive anymore at a certain point. But that's, yeah, kind of one of the strongest examples of that sort of thing that you're describing, of this extreme romantic tragedy in European literature.
Physical removal enthusiast points out this is the story of Orpheus and Eurydice. By the way, as you told that story, my viewership increased by like 7 people, so keep going here, Otanfa. Keep going.
Sure. I mean, that's the end of the story. There's not much more to say to that. I will
make something up. I don't care. We gotta get these numbers up.
I love Greek myths. I could ramble about those forever. Something that's sad that I learned was a lot of those stories about Athena being like insane and like extremely vindictive turned out to be like inventions by like a later Roman like poet for some reason. I'm not sure why he included those stories. Like there's the very famous one about spiders coming from Athena was in a contest with a very talented weaveress, seamstress. She was immortal. And she was like, okay, then let's weave something together and see who makes the more beautiful thing. And they do it. And Athena sees that she's losing, and so in a fit of rage, she like gets up and turns her into the first spider, this poor mortal lady. And she's a bit like guilty about what she did to this poor woman, and so she gives the spider form at least the ability to weave still, and that's the idea of why spiders make webs. Anyways, that whole story was not very, even if it was like maybe in ancient Greek folklore, it was something they didn't really like, and so it could kind of be considered almost non-canonical to a lot of them. But this later Roman poet revived that, along with some other stories about portrayed Athena in a very negative light, and he just kind of had a bone to pick with her, clearly. And so that was interesting to see, these additional stories to color someone's perception of Athena as a character. Especially.
The numbers are going up, Hirotafa. They are going up!
They really like ancient Greek stuff. I mean, I also like ancient Greek stuff, so that works out. Do you have a favorite ancient Greek myth?
If this stream were a stock, we'd be in the money. No, favorite Greek myth? Man, this isn't quite a myth, but I love the whole Iliad, particularly the part where Diomedes just goes completely apeshit and starts murdering people. And there's this really funny scene. So this is actually Athena. Athena goes to Diomedes and says, listen, Diomedes, you're like one of the strongest dudes on this battlefield. The only people you can't beat are other dudes supported by other gods. So I, Athena, the goddess of wisdom, will give you gray eyes, which can see the other gods and you can avoid them. So Diomedes starts carving swaths through the Trojan lines. He starts killing people. It's one of the coolest parts of the Iliad. And then he sees Aphrodite on the battlefield trying to save one of her sons, who happened to be Aeneas. And Athena's like, get him, Diomedes, kill Athena, kill her. And he's like, but I thought you told me not to kill the gods. And Athena's like, yeah, but Aphrodite's a wuss, go get her. And he runs up to Aphrodite and he shanks her. And it works. She drops Aeneas on the ground and goes crying to Zeus. And then Zeus has this really funny line where he goes like, oh, Aphrodite, you're the goddess of love. You don't belong on a battlefield. Which it turned out was a really political statement at the time, because when Athena first came to Greece, she came from the Phoenician goddess Astarte. And Astarte was a god of love, political power, and war.
I did not know this,
the Spartans
actually.
were the first. Yeah, so the Spartans were the first to worship Aphrodite, and they saw no problem with having both a love god and a war god. But the rest of the Greeks thought these were contradicting values. So whereas the Spartans worshipped her as both love and war, the rest of the Athenians took the war part out. So when Homer has Zeus tell Athena she doesn't belong on a battlefield, he's basically making a political statement.
Yeah, that is interesting.
You have a call to war.
Into war inside of ally, yes.
Oh yeah, no, that's the story from OSP. Red from OSP is one of my favorite creators on the platform.
Why does Ezekiel sound so different? Someone said in my stream. I was like scared for a second. I did some filters or something on your for the audio coming from your end, but no, you checked your own audio. You checked your own chat, and people were saying that in your stream as well, saying you sounded different. It's not on my end.
That's interesting. Well, it makes sense that you and me do sound different because my audience is getting the mic direct from my interface, but they're getting it to you through Discord.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, for on your end, I meant people were pointing out that you sounded different.
Yeah, that one I'm not sure about.
Is it maybe just people aren't so used maybe to hearing you in a conversational manner? I don't know. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Hero,
yeah.
It is almost 2 p.m. on my end, and we discussed that we want to do at least 2 hours. I want to ask, how are you doing for time right now?
Oh, I'm like free the entire rest of the day on my end, so we can keep going if you'd like. We can even play a different game if you want, whatever works. It's all fun.
I actually think this campaign is getting super interesting. I want to go for like another hour, I think.
Sure.
Then we'll probably call it quits. Before we do, I do need a quick break, like 5-minute break.
Okay, yeah.
Awesome. I'm going to go to the break screen. Chat, you guys have fun, and I'll be back in 5.
So,
Hero, do you want me to mute the audio, or do you want to talk to my audience too?
Sure, I can talk to them. Yeah, let's see what's going on.
All right.
I could try my best to entertain people. All right, I mean, let's right now just review, let's just review CallMeEzekiel's thing now that he's not here. So you can see here, this is his stream. I'm gonna give that a dislike. I'm seeing his chat. Let's stalk some of the people in his chat. Hi, Hero. Hello, Ian Hernandez. Said your full legal name. I'm sorry, but I mean it's public. Should be fine. Is Hero live on his channel too? I am. I can ask for help in this chat. Let's do that. Help. Okay, well now I just look like an idiot because it's definitely not doing anything for me. Try Discord, newsletter, Patreon, help. Help, please. Hello there. Hello. What else could I do here? We'll migrate to here, Tough. No, you don't have to migrate. Ezekiel's gonna be right back. Don't leave his thing. It's doing fine. What is going on here in this chat? Hi, Hero Tonfa. Hello. Good to see you. Let's see, what else can I like look up? When are you streaming today? I'm streaming right now. Actually, we're both streaming at the same time. Was the idea? We both get 2 perspectives on it, and also if it's going to be edited down later, it'd be fun to have both perspectives. I'm probably not going to do that. We'll see if I can. If I could convince perhaps someone to do some free labor on their end or for their company to cut reels out, some highlights. We'll see. Are you sure? Am I sure about what? I'm sure about nothing. I'm always concerned. I should just have some background audio here, though that's probably going to mess it up and insane echoes if I try to do something like that. So maybe let's not do that. I do like playing a lot of RuneScape 2 music, which I believe Jagex, the game development studio behind RuneScape, has said is perfectly okay for streams, which has always been very cool of them. In my streams, I use RuneScape music a lot for that reason. Very cool dudes. OMG 10 viewers from 16 truly world. That's what happens when you take a break, yeah. It gets very controversial, it gets very scary. The world is very ruthless and cold. I'm gonna take a sip of water, please give me a... Ow. 11 viewers, we're so bad. Hit something. I mean, if I just steal the full screen of like CallMeEzekiel's stream, that's probably for the best as well. Oh, I got an alarm. It's Thursday. No, Thursday's fine. I'm getting insane text messages. Just checking my phone now for the first time. Honestly, I feel schizophrenic when no one is talking. There are more than 3 views. It's just what it is. Most people lurk. It's always been the case. If you're on basket weaving forums or live chats. That's also the benefit for me as well when I'm actually talking, that a be right back stream means there's no pressure for me to actually say anything. I don't have to fill the airwaves. Even if you're a certified yapper like myself, it's more difficult to fill the air with random phrases and talking. Very tricky.
I am back.
Hello, hello.
All right, how many viewers did we bleed?
I believe about 5 tapped out.
Ah, they were losers. We didn't need them anyway.
Yeah, no, they weren't part of the exclusive club.
So yeah, I got a little bit of protein since I did leg day this morning. I got to hit my macros, and I did a quick trip to the restroom away from the camera. We do not want another indecent exposure incident.
No, no, that would be legendarily scary. I can't name specific names. That's just not polite.
Did you do a turn?
No.
Okay, so then we have to end mine then. All right, perfect. I want to make sure I don't have any rebellions coming up.
Yeah, that would be the main concern.
All right. And also, the television was playing the news as I was passing by to grab my protein. And like, maybe this is a little dangerously political, but I'll say it anyway because I think it's really funny. There's apparently like a hearing on Health and Human Services or something, and Senator Elizabeth Warren was screaming at RFK Jr., accusing him of being a charlatan and a fraud. And he's like trying to speak over her, like, "You've taken $85,000 from pharmaceutical," and they're just like screaming at each other.
I've always, I mean, in some ways it's a bit counterproductive, but I always found it fascinating that we have kind of reached this phase in general of congressional meetings sounding like parliament meetings in very combative countries. The kind of stuff we used to like laugh at from a distance as like American citizens, and now we kind of see it every day in Congress. It's like, yeah, it's relatable now. We haven't gotten to like, I think I saw in like the Taiwanese parliament or whatever, that people were just like beating the hell out of each other or something like that. Or someone took like a bill from like someone before they were about to sign it, and then like people just started like punching each other in the face. Now that's proper congressional parliament content. Proper surveillance.
Parliamentary proceduralism.
Yeah.
Well, we did used to do that in the 1860s here.
Oh yeah.
1850s.
Who was it that got like their head caved in by a cane? I forgot.
Yeah, I forget the name. It was either Clay who did it or Clay was the victim, I think. No, what I want to bring up though is that if you ever see like a televised American congressional hearing, there's literally no actual politics going on there. It's just acting. Like whatever discussions they have behind the scenes are not actually like this. They're not trying to accomplish anything. They just know a bunch of people are watching on television and like they want to be in the clips.
Oh yeah, all the backdoor like negotiations have already gone for like what each party's willing to compromise for a bill to pass in most cases. Yeah. There's obviously some genuine nitpicks and complaints that come in and stuff, but yeah, most of the stuff is handled in more conference room sort of settings for sure. When it comes to
Yeah, whereas when the stuff happens in the parliament, usually, not always, but usually, like, that's the actual politics happening in front of you.
yeah, something just about coalition party systems in general lend themselves a bit more to that.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a political question, but it's safe.
Sure.
Do you prefer parliamentary democracy or presidential republicanism?
It's hard to say, honestly, because obviously, I think for me, from a intrinsic, abstract, even sort of view, parliamentary systems just kind of make a bit more sense to me in terms of having more parties in range of what is a sort of an acceptable debate, even. I'm like actually going insane with my words. That meant absolutely nothing. I think parliamentary politics allows a lot more variance in the viewpoints, and the sort of like deals that would be made would not normally be able to be made. And I think that would sustain itself a bit more long term. But the evidence for that sometimes is completely contradicted by the fact that the American presidential systems of how Congress and Senate work have made America a superpower in many regards. Or maybe it's in spite of, who knows, right? But it's hard to say that it didn't help somewhat in some regard, behind the scenes or so.
I think
Overall,
what I'm trying to ask more specifically, because you can have a presidential system with broad party representation, it's more electoral. What I think I'm trying to get at is, do you prefer the executive branch to be answerable to the legislature, which makes it a parliament, or do you prefer it to be answerable to the people, which is what makes it a presidential system?
I think I overall prefer the parliamentary system in that regard, because sometimes you might have a very popular leader, even, and stuff like that, a very popular president, but when he's gone, especially because of term limits, especially, there's kind of like a headless chicken situation that happens in America a lot. You see it in a lot more than a few decades. And that headless chicken situation almost nearly leads to the opposition party taking control when the things shift around. And some people might interpret that.
We got a big battle.
All right. Some people might interpret that as like, oh, giving the other side a fair shake and stuff like that. And it's like, I don't really think that's necessarily how a country's supposed to be run, I'll be honest. All right, I'm gonna spectate. I'm gonna jump in.
I'm running a poll, by the way. I'm going to ask the audience what they prefer.
Sure, yeah, I'm curious. But yeah, I think sometimes in American discourse, you kind of get that situation where there's this idea of like, yeah, you kind of got to give like both sides like a turn in power and see what happens. Like, I don't necessarily know if that's really how
I want to
politics
specify
or a
this to
nation
the audience
works.
real quick. What presidential means in this context is the president is answerable to the people. He's elected by the people. What parliamentary means is the president is answerable to parliament or the legislature. He's elected by the legislature.
Yeah.
So in America, the people elect the president directly. In Germany or Israel or I think Poland, England.
The coalition
for example,
government agrees on who they want to put forward as the prime minister, yeah.
Yes. What's funny is I agree with your reasons, but I have the opposite interpretation where I actually think that what creates the headless chicken situation is when the parliament is in charge. Oh, I'm going to give you I'll give you the general.
Well, thank you.
Are there any other units that make sense to give you here?
Like messing around with range units. Give me like a few line infantry to work with. Oh, you only have one line infantry? Then no. Oh, you have multiple line infantry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe one or two, and I can handle some flanking actions with those. Maybe even just one.
Yeah, I'll give you 2 line infantry and 1 Yarikachi.
Yeah, that's a whole corps. That's Napoleonic as hell. Well, that works.
Exactly. And what I want you to do is be on my right flank.
Okay.
And have the general at the hinge between your force and mine in case we need him to either flank around or like make the men not run away.
Oh, that makes sense. No, this is good. This is solid. Hi, I'm back. Just say, what did I miss? Nothing much. Just mostly talking about parliamentary stuff. I think
your force is deployed as intended.
Eli Dead Guy says, I think presidents being elected is important because it gives someone to point to a finger to when things get bad. Well, I mean, that's also the utter fun of like parliamentary systems. Is there a monarch or not as a figurehead?
That's something I like bringing up when happens. I've had this conversation before. In theory, the parliamentary system never was supposed to appoint the executive. Parliaments existed when there were kings, and the king was the executive, and the legislature was the legislature. But now that the king was turned into a figurehead, those executive powers were transferred to the legislature, who just gave it to their prime minister.
Yes, it is very interesting in terms of like just how centralized or not centralized it can kind of become depending on the interpretation. Are we marching forward or are we sticking around here?
They're attacking us, so we want to take advantage of this hill.
Yes.
The main damage, they're much better in melee than us, so we want to keep them in range and be in a pissing contest. That's the ideal outcome here.
No, I see. Now, yeah, have a bit of a slight angle hinge.
Here's what I want to do. Let's put our melee infantry behind the gun line, and if they charge us, the melee infantry goes forward. Otherwise, they're going to hang out behind where it's safe.
Yeah.
And be ready with the general to attack weak, exposed forces.
Yes.
The other important thing, they have more cavalry than us, so we got to watch that.
Oh, that's not going to be fun, actually. I don't think they have bayonets in this thing as a mechanic, so...
No, but the line infantry isn't horrific in melee. They're just not good. The best way to handle the cavalry is to have your unit not auto-fire, and then when the cavalry gets close, you set them to fire at will. Never shoot at the enemy by right-clicking on them. It just kind of messes up the unit. Like it starts repositioning instead of firing.
I get what you mean. Eli Dead Guy says, I think instinctively we want a king even if it's not their official title. Oh yeah, I think... it's just how societies and human
they're just charging us. They're just charging us. Get the infantry forward. Get the infantry forward. They're charging us. Oh, God. I'm gonna catch that fucking General Hamamoto. Fuck. Get him. Hamamoto.
Oh, that's chaotic, actually. Holy shit. I'm like rushing forward my Yarikaj. So slow.
Make sure they're set to run.
Yeah.
A checkerboard pattern might have made more sense here.
Yeah. Ike and shot style.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, I think...
We're enveloping them on both flanks, so this is good. I'm already rolling up their left.
I think we're doing fantastic, yeah. Things considered.
Before your infantry ever advances, it's good to turn off their fire at will for a little bit, so that way they're loaded.
I see.
Careful the general doesn't get overwhelmed.
Yeah, that might be a bit much.
Oh, this is a real beauty.
Yeah, no, this is good. I think also as Americans, there's a lot of very interesting discourse over this ourselves in our own history. If you read Thomas Jefferson had a lot of thoughts on something he called natural aristocracy, which at a certain point in his letters with John Adams, he's basically almost advocating for a House of Lords situation of like this hereditary upper senate of people. And a lot of people don't know that, of course, that there's a lot of interesting debate on this stuff in the early days, especially of the independence. What do we do? Who gets the right to vote even? Is it even like all landowners? Do we even make that even smaller? At least for, you know, as the idea of the upper house, upper senate, whatever it was going to be.
We're really crushing them. This is a total victory.
Yeah, no.
Speaking of Senate versus Congress, are you, I'm not asking about the actual political situation. Are you following the gerrymandering controversy in Texas and California and other Republican states and Democrat states? So something kind of fascinating happened with the gerrymandering situation. When the Senate was founded, the states appointed their senators directly, so the Senate represented the states and Congress were voted by the people. But now the state governments are drawing their congressional district borders, and I think the 17th Amendment requires the senators to be voted by the people. The upper and lower houses reversed. The Senate represents the people, and Congress represents the states.
Yeah. I think it's really hard to do this stuff too in a very sustainable long-term way when there's a very, very obvious deep resentment and divide and the battle lines are kind of drawn. And I mean, I'm trying to remove like all the bias from like myself as well when I say that, but it's objectively true that yeah, there is an active war being waged on the system from everyone, and I don't really know if there's a way peacefully out of that, frankly, from what I'm seeing. There's just a lot of ingrained wartime FOs and decisions being made, essentially, when it comes to domestic politics from everyone.
For the person with the unpronounceable name, welcome to the stream. I think it's IIILLL. Regarding America's like instability, I honestly feel like it's a little exaggerated. Like, America is in a position where it could get bad, but it's not actually in that bad spot. Like,
it's
you
not
go
like
out,
the UK.
most,
yeah, I mean, if we want to get like actually political, the UK's scary. Man.
Yeah, like most streets, basically safe. Keyword being most. Like, if I want to start a business, I'm probably not going to have some goon come into my shop and steal all my property. A tax collector isn't going to come by and arbitrarily tell me my taxes doubled. There's no like large-scale stockpiling of weapons among political dissidents.
There is
like, it could happen, but like it's right now, it's basically fine.
Yeah, I will say. I mean, I've always been kind of consistent on this, even to my fan base, defending the Second Amendment and all that entails. There is this just bizarre thing happening in a lot of countries in general, I'd say, and it's very weird, where it's already bad enough that like crime has kind of skyrocketed in a lot of areas. The fact that you can't even legally defend yourself without getting sued into oblivion or losing everything about being able to live a normal life is extremely aggravating. Yeah, and it's like probably part of the such reasons that things have gotten so bad even.
I don't want to get too much on like a contemporary political soapbox, but I actually do have two things I want to add to that. The first is back when I lived in Florida, I was the gun owner, and when I moved back to New York, my only option basically was to sell the gun or like keep it in storage. And I'm very mad I don't own a firearm anymore. Yeah. But the other thing that's kind of fascinating is the gun issue. I know I just called it kind of controversial. I've noticed the Democrat Party, which is generally the more anti-gun party, but there are a lot of Republicans too who support restrictions. They seem to have dropped the issue. It became too unpopular in the United States. I can't remember the last time I saw a prominent Democrat get on television and call for firearms restrictions. Although I can remember a Republican senator saying it in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. I mean, that's also kind of just a thing. Objectively, without even, as we say, soapboxing ourselves on it, though we're pretty aligned on it, I would say. This is mostly just for the audience's sake. There is... the parties are just not really in line with themselves anymore in terms of like leadership. Yeah,
we're witnessing a big realignment right now. I think the Republican Party,
I've never seen it so hateful towards itself on both sides of it too. Yeah.
Actually, I think the Republican situation is basically, again, I'm happy talking about this in a strategic sense, not in a I support X,
I know
Y, Z
exactly
sense.
what you mean.
I think, like, Machiavellian would be the word. I think that it's Trump's party now, and it will be that way for at least the next couple of years. The Democrats are trying to figure out who's going to be in control right now.
Yeah. And, I mean, which I'm seeing basically zero solid answers, I'll be honest. They try every so often, but there just
if I were a betting man, it's Gavin Newsom. But I'm only giving him plurality odds, not majority. Like, I wouldn't give him 51% odds. I'd give him like maybe 25, 30%. And like the other 70% is just split a million different ways.
They're really trying with him, but some of those gaffes have been alarming, I think, to a lot of people.
I don't think those are gaffes to the people he's playing towards right now, because Newsom's job is not to win a general election. It is currently his job to make sure he wins the primary.
Yeah.
As soon as he starts campaigning generally, you'll see very different messaging.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I will start, my beautiful wife has made me some food, so I will start slurping very loudly near the microphone.
I just gotta point out, playing video games while your like wife is making you delicious food, that is living like a king.
Yeah, no, it's very Italian too. It is awesome. Every day is a little hopeful dream in that regard.
Oh, I just realized you're like waiting for my turn to take place and we're just sitting here yapping.
Oh, it's fine. I like the yapping breaks.
Big ol' yap.
Texas T says, having lived in Cali for the past few years, I doubt he'll get 5%. Yeah, I mean, Cali itself is so, I won't pretend like I understand how it is inside there, but from all the constant news we get, and of course, as Americans that live outside of California, about California, it seems like a very chaotic state when it comes to who's gonna win majority of anything. California is probably the state we hear the most about as non-Californians when it comes to internal stuff.
You gotta remember though that within California, Newsom is a very popular politician. There's a reason he's its governor.
I wonder.
I'm not commenting on if he did a good job or bad.
No,
but
I
he
know
is
what you
popular.
Oh man. Let's auto-resolve this one.
Yeah, we already killed their army basically. Now it's just a formality. By the way, another cool thing about this game, I don't know if you know this, but your daimyo's honor is a happiness bonus to all your provinces. So if you're looting places, you're actually destroying your long-term economy.
Yeah.
But each time you make a vassal, your daimyo gains honor up to 3.
I see. So you can loot 3 places for free, basically, if you do things right.
No, because it's a permanent +3 limit. So if you get +3 honor, then you loot a bunch of places down to 0, and you try to make vassals again to regain honor, it won't work. You have a lifetime gain of 3 honor.
Whoa.
So basically, looting is really, really bad in this game.
Yeah. Well, for moral and
It's-
pragmatic reasons. I get what you mean. I mean, especially when it's a civil conflict, essentially, in the eyes of the people. It's just not going to be a good idea long-term wise. Pretty healing of the country. I mean, that is something too, I don't know how contemporary that counts as. When we just talk about, like, the Civil War, or the Civil War gets brought up, and just the amount of, like, vitriol we both attract when we just say, maybe if you, like, constantly spend your time, like, demeaning the people that, like, you fought, or like people died to reunify the country with, I don't know what the point of the war was. If you just hate these people so much from the other half of the country, what's the point of any of all that suffering that had to happen? But keep the country
There's
whole.
a book I think you'd really like called A Disease in the Public Mind. And I think it's subtitled like A New Understanding of the Causes of the American Civil War. It has a very similar sentiment to the one you just expressed.
It's, yeah, I might take that and read it. I mean, I'll admit, a lot of my feelings on it are maybe also influenced by pop culture and stuff. Just the fact that I love the movie Gettysburg so much, and the book it's based off, whatever it was called. Gettysburg is one of my favorite movies of all time too. But I feel like it's also a pretty accurate account of just even how the people of the time felt about each other in a lot of ways, especially the officer class. Obviously, they're going to be a bit different in how they feel, but you know, these were a lot of best friends and brothers having to face each other in the battlefield. And as soon as it was over, they really just wanted to go back to being friends and brothers. It was not something pleasant for a lot of the men that actually fought in it. Obviously, the politicians, you had very big rhetoric for what to do with the other side at the end of it, but when it came to the actual military fighting, men really is usually a bit more towards reconciliation.
I gotta say it again. You would love disease in the public mind.
Is it more about
My
just...
only comment...
Oh, sorry.
It's about the causes of the Civil War. My only comment is like the narrative point he's making is good, but he's not a historian, and at times, like most revisionists, he takes his argument further than the evidence can support, but the argument has some truth in it. Oh, the angling man, you're jumping between streams? That's how I like doing multiplayer streams too when I'm watching people.
Oh, maybe this was a bad idea, actually. I come here.
Why are people so worried about the US debt? Probably because there's like 30 trillion of it.
That's a very succinct answer.
It's probably fine.
It makes sense that it's a very succinct, compact answer. And I wish I could afford cannons already. I forgot how late they come in this one, honestly. In the army.
You can get them quickly, but like, you really gotta be off balance.
Yeah.
Oh, the Emperor gave me 2,000 gold for free.
Oh, congrats.
WTF, I love the Emperor now. Actually, wait, no, we were always Emperor. Are you Shogun or Emperor?
I'm Shogunate faction. I'm thinking I should switch now, though. Next time it's my turn to clan management screen.
Okay, the thing about switching is that in this one, what's it called? Your Imperial versus Shogunate loyalty serves as religion. So all of your provinces are very heavy pro-Shogun right now. If you become an Emperor clan, you're going to have a few terms of instability to worry about.
So I should not do that while I'm at war. I know what you mean.
Yeah, do it at like an appropriate time, or even like... I'm trying to find the words. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly, you get me.
No,
You
it's
get
like the
me.
Ratatouille chef. Yeah, kind of like, you know, a little bit of here, a little bit there. Few purges, a few executions. All depends. I drive around and see homeless people everywhere, and it's baffling. Sexist to you? Yeah, it's definitely something that's been very depressing and eye-opening. I mean, I was in Philadelphia before a lot of like things kind of went topsy-turvy, at least in the public perception of topsy-turvy. I think that was around like 2015. Yeah, Philadelphia was like depressing. Just seeing the state of the country that it was for these people. It was awful. And I don't really know if things have really improved there. I would assume not really quite yet. But it's what some cities were definitely willing to put up with, and what the nation was willing to put up with in some cities is very sad. Especially from a country that's supposed to be so powerful, and almost also for sort of upward mobility, at least in terms of like safety. Safety, I'd say, is the main core issue of so many countries and politics and elections now, and it's kind of baffling how little it's valued by some people that still want to win votes at all.
All right, I think my turn is over. So I just have to keep managing the tax rate, because if you don't, your clan might implode.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah, 24 XRU, you're confusing the US government with the nation at large. The US government does not have $200 trillion in assets.
you could sell
And if
some
your idea is...
fighter jets, I guess, but that's not a good idea.
Actually, it already does that. America is one of the world's top arms exporter and agriculture exporter. You know that we sell rice to the Chinese?
I know we sold beef to them. I didn't know we sold rice there.
Yeah, they can't produce enough rice to feed themselves.
Oh, what's going on here?
There's a battle that should be starting, but I'm not seeing a screen come up.
Yeah, it's like asking me, do I want to spectate? Should I press auto resolve or
Oh, well,
spectate?
you hit the battle button. Or actually, what are the odds?
Pretty bad against us? No, it's
So
saying
let's
that
fight
my
this
enemy
out.
forces are Sioux. I don't know why.
Fight this out.
Like so? Okay, spectate.
Okay,
Right.
and that worked. Actually, okay, no, it's telling me I have amazing odds. So I'm gonna hit auto resolve and let's see what happens. Okay, it's auto resolving.
Oh,
And,
Hojo, I think, is my ally, and I just didn't care.
I
I think that's what it was. Yeah, I was a bit confused. No, you can do whatever you want to them.
All right. Well, we completely messed up their army, so. Angling Man, I know the Peasants' War did happen in that period, but I know very little about it. Oh, Ian Hernandez wants to know what we think about Mel Gibson's The Patriot.
I think it's a movie whose premise I support, but it kind of meanders a lot. Like, it's not actually like a very fun movie. A lot of it's spent in like that random fishing village. If you like saw it, it's kind of boring in that regard. The battles and the planning around the battles is actually very little of it. A Braveheart is like more fun version of Patriot, which I mean it's basically the same movie, frankly, in format. Braveheart's more fun about it.
I gotta say, I love both films. Mel Gibson gets a lot of hate within like the historical community, and I have no idea what they're on about.
No, I
they're,
don't
like,
get that either.
Really, really mad that someone's wearing a piece of armor that wasn't invented until 10 years later. I'm like, guys, like you are so missing the point.
Yeah. I would say the Patriot kind of like does some things that not even that I have an issue with at all as like part of a presentation thing really necessarily maybe, but it does simplify a lot of things which could lead to more interesting characters and motivations for like why people fought in the revolution, why some people didn't fight in the revolution, why some people joined the loyalists. And I think that's more of just lost story potential is more of why I might have some nitpicks about it. But no, my actual complaints about the Patriot are more about just what I feel the plot focuses or doesn't focus on, really, in terms of interesting stuff.
Have you seen the Waterloo movie from 1870?
No. The closest to that I've seen is the War and Peace 60s like Soviet movies. Those are epic in scale, but I will also admit sometimes I lost a bit of context, I suppose, seeing it from a very Russian perspective, of course.
I think you would love Waterloo 1970, and you can watch the entire thing for free on YouTube. The whole thing was uploaded.
I see. Oh, I might give it a watch.
It is probably one of the best, if not the best, Napoleonic films ever made. So first off, the acting and the writing and the scripts, everything is superb. The actors for, I forget their names, the dude who played Napoleon and the dude who played the Duke of Wellington, like they just became those men. Like you forget you're watching a movie. It's so good. He's like, the Duke of Wellington, like you can kind of understand him. Napoleon's a really enigmatic figure. And I felt like they nailed him. But second, they recreated the battle itself. This is the 70s. There's no CG. The way they recreated the battle is they shot the movie in Russia while it's still the Soviet Union. And the Red Army provided them 50,000 soldiers who they trained in Napoleonic tactics, dressed up as Napoleonic soldiers, and shot them fighting the battle.
Yeah, it's fascinating. I'm pretty sure the 60s Sergei Bordushkov movies had the same idea where it was like soldiers from the military marching in formation doing all these beautiful shots. Oh, it was fantastic.
It's the scale though, like with those 50,000 soldiers, like you could very easily zoom in on them so it appears they're just a small part of a big army. It's really something. It's so good.
If you've never seen the Gettysburg movie, it's insane. It's like 6 hours long, but it's like really good, especially if you look at it as a miniseries and kind of take pauses. That had a.
I gotta watch that one. It's on my list.
You would love it. It's amazing. But I bring it up mostly in relation to this. They had reenactors play the vast majority of the soldiers and everything, and like they went out of their way, of course, to like volunteer in this project and everything. It would not have been possible without them. It was like a Turner TV production, so they did not have like much of a budget. I mean, so many things aligned so beautifully with that production of that movie.
Hit auto resolve for me.
Sure. The director and the executive, like, or owner of Turner TV were both, like, they both just like found out from each other in like just a random like private chat that they were huge like Civil War like history buffs, and they both like this book written by the guy whose name I forget, but that covered the battle, and you know it was just an extreme passion project from these people. It's awesome.
Those are the best. Like that is how good art gets made.
The Gettysburg is so amazing on its own, But in context of everything, it's like an even more beautiful sort of like project that's not very commonly seen, I would say, in America at least. Pure passion on display. And this is always my favorite thing when someone involved in the movie from a very high up perspective, like a director or the owner, like the Turner TV owner, he had himself like show up in the movie for like 2 seconds just to like get killed and shot. I just thought that was very fun.
Dude, whenever I do a creative project and I want to do a cameo, I always have myself die. Like, I show up, I'm really friendly, and then I explode or something. That's the way to do it.
If anyone's ever seen the Gettysburg movie, there's when they're at Pickett's fence, I forgot if that's what it's actually called.
Charge.
Yeah, Arch. And when he's like, there's like one random guy who like brings his sword up trying to convince everyone to go, and he goes, "Let's get him, boys!" And he gets like shot immediately. That's him. That's the owner of the network that funded it. Was dying as a random, junior level, or I guess mid-level Confederate officer. That's fun.
That's awesome.
Let's get him, boys!
At your command. Ready for battle.
Yeah, I'm watching your stream right as the shipyard thing comes up. I don't think you want that.
No,
Actually,
yeah.
okay, as Obama domain, you have a lot of coastal stuff to worry about. Maybe you do.
Yeah, it's not a big deal now, but it's definitely something to keep in mind in the future. I just really want artillery, but I don't think I'm gonna get there this time around. That's fine. I've accepted that. I'm mostly just waiting out these guys to sally forth and gun them all down. Probably just auto-resolve that as well. We'll see.
I'm trying to think of movies and films. Have you seen Bridge Over the River Kwai and or A Bridge Too Far?
I saw the first hour of Bridge Too Far. I really liked it, but I took a pause and then I never got back to it. Now, Bridge Over the River Kwai, I know about it. I've seen Top Gear talk about it when they did their episode, I think when they went to Burma. It's one of my favorites. I love Top Gear. I actually visited Art of the Bridge when I went to go visit my family in Thailand about a month ago. It was very interesting, very sobering, very sad. My God, how many people were worked to death and killed there. It's awful.
I think you might really like the film.
Yeah, I think I will. It's gonna break my heart probably, I assume. It just did the sheer brutality. These poor prisoners of war.
It's not like that. Just watch the film. It's not like
I see.
it's not like isn't this so sad kind of movie.
It's not like Passion of the Christ, I see. Where it's just like
No, it's
insanely
not that.
tragic.
I don't try it. It is a film about a battle of wills. The Japanese camp commander and the British officer who's like hypothetically in charge of the men are having a disagreement. And even though you'd think the camp commander is in charge here and the officer is powerless, it's kind of about how the human will follows rules of its own.
That is interesting. I will say...
Oh no, my daimyo has a problem.
Was he sick?
Take a look at my stream.
Sure. Pop on. Gotta pull it up. There we go. An eye for the ladies. Minus 7% to campaign move of all units. That's crazy. Woman or pleasure life. He slows down the army that much? That's crazy. I will say, as a complaint, because I haven't seen a lot of people talk about it, visiting the part of the bridge that starts in Thailand, I thought everyone handled it quite disrespectfully. There's market stalls everywhere from the locals, you know, just loudly selling shirts and stuff, to like, I saw like, you know, families, I assume from the Commonwealth countries that knew like people that died, you know, there and stuff like that, visiting like their great grandpa's grave or something like that. They're coming to like quietly reminisce, take pictures even and stuff like that. And you just have all these like market stalls going like, oh, we have shirts for sale, come here, come here. It's just atrocious in that regard. You also had a lot of like tourists from all sorts of countries just going there laughing, like taking pictures, doing like poses over this very depressing incident that happened. I thought, I don't know, there just wasn't the right atmosphere there in terms of what it's supposed to be, maybe, in that regard. Even my own aunt and stuff like wanted to kind of take pictures there and like stuff like that. And I kind of just like, what's the point? Why? Why would I take a picture of ourselves here, like smiling and stuff? What is the point? It doesn't make any sense. It's just a place.
There's
where...
a much more radical version of that, of like Instagram influencers go into like the concentration camps of Europe, which are obviously better known, and like taking shots of themselves.
Yeah. All right, I think we'll auto-resolve this one. Okay. In terms of the outcome.
I feel like we're nearing the stage where we might want to discuss partitioning Japan between ourselves.
Sure. No, it's just a really funny sentence out of context.
So I think that just kind of naturally, you're going to keep heading north, and I'm going to keep heading south.
Yes.
Something I learned, by the way, the Japanese do not refer to Japan in terms of east and west. They say north and south.
That's interesting, yeah. And they would consider north like Hokkaido and the south more. What's that?
Shikaku.
Shikaku. Yeah. What's the island
And
called?
Kyushu.
The one where they all vacation with for a summer and all the anime girls have tans.
Oh, Okinawa.
Okinawa. That's the one. That's also the one where you hear like ghost stories constantly from like veterans that serve there. Creepy place.
Yeah, and the Okinawans are really angry they have a marine base. Like,
yeah,
they're pissed.
It's like, you know, to be completely fair, and as if we want to be like moral people to call out our own citizens stuff, it is dreadful, frankly, the amount of incidents that happen there in Okinawa with the marine space.
I love the Marines, I really do, but I would not want to live near them.
Yes, I have, you know, many, you know, friends who are like military veterans. My age group, I was raised by a military vet. I tried to join the military too, straight out of high school, the Navy, but I got medically disqualified for having eczema. So I understand.
Really, eczema is enough to get disqualified.
Yeah, no, they were DQing anyone for anything. My recruiter was saying back then, though obviously.
Wow. Yeah, now it is very different.
Yeah, it all depends on the decade you're trying to sign up, really, what they let pass, what they don't let pass. So obviously, I mean, that doesn't mean I understand what it's like to be a soldier or anything like that when I say that I was just disqualified, that I didn't make it very far at all, obviously. But I do kind of understand the people at play, and even then, a lot of them would, you know, they also find it disgusting what happens in Okinawa. That there's something very strange about the base culture there, clearly, is how they would describe it. Each base kind of has its own problems about what the officers in command are willing to tolerate, what they're willing to work with, what command is willing to compromise with them on. And there's a problem at Okinawa specifically, clearly, that I'm sure many other Marines would even agree with. Though obviously that's also part of it too, that yeah, the Marines definitely do have a reputation, as my stepdad would confirm himself as a former Marine. Just being kind of rowdy in all contexts, of course, not even, of course, the most dreadful sort of occurrence that can happen that occurs at Okinawa. It's more in terms of,
at
like,
risk of getting a little
cars.
political again, I would like to just point out that now ICE, Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, has a higher budget than the U.S. Marine Corps.
Really? I didn't even know that.
Yeah. No, the last legislative package, like, ICE is massive now. It's like, I don't know if you've seen it, like, they're recruiting like crazy.
Oh yeah, I've seen the calls for recruitment and stuff like that all over.
Yeah, that's their budget.
Mm-hmm. It is interesting, yeah. I mean, it kind of happened with FEMA and Homeland Security, where there's just a very big boost, and now there's another institution just kind of at play in general, fighting for the budget. I wonder how that's going to go in the long run.
Sorry, between which two organizations?
No, just in general. Just I was just thinking about like how Homeland Security and like FEMA also like popped up in the last 3 decades. Is the Department of Homeland Security new? Am I crazy?
It's relative. Okay, I don't know why they think this. I'm just gonna say it because it popped in my head. I think Bush Jr. made it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true. That's just popping into my head.
Sure, we might be wrong, but in general, I was just thinking about I mean, not even new organizations. I was just thinking of institutions that get big budget boosts in general, and then now they compete with other organizations that also used to get budget boosts. I'm not even like talking about what the organizations do or anything. I'm just thinking logistically from a bureaucratic standpoint.
Bureaucracy, my beloved.
Yeah, bureaucracy. Especially ICE, do they handle Border Patrol? Or is that its own separate organization?
Border Patrol is its own thing.
Yeah,
There's Border
that's
Patrol,
what I
which is
kinda
border,
mean,
and there's
like-
Immigration Customs Enforcement, which is internal, but they obviously work a lot together.
Yes. I can't even imagine, they probably work together fine. I haven't heard anything really of like conflicts between them and stuff like that, but I can imagine there were a lot of very angry, swear-filled, conference room meetings between that involved the ICE heads, Border Patrol heads, and the White House in terms of negotiating for who gets what.
I obviously don't know about these meetings in particular, but my dad used to do a lot of negotiating with the government. And what he says is that having a meeting happen at all is a miracle. Like sometimes he said that if the bureaucrat he was having to talk to did not want to have the conversation, he would literally just leave the room.
Oh yeah, it's
And it could take weeks to get them back.
people greatly underestimate just how petty you can get away with, how much petty behavior you can get away with at the high levels of anything, both private sector and public sector. You can be incredibly petty. If you don't want to talk to someone, you can just make their life a living hell trying to get through the bureaucracy. Who they have to meet, who they have to stamp, what has to happen before they can, have the right or the privilege to walk into your royal courtroom for a meeting. Hearing with the king.
Just imagine life as one perpetual DMV meeting.
Yeah. I was a civil engineering intern at my hometown's public works department, and so even in that very small local scale, you saw a lot of bullshit and stuff like that. It was very interesting. I'm also not gonna pretend like I was above it. I definitely enjoyed the benefits that I partly got from just being there and stuff like that. Not least of which of actually I don't want to. I got some coworkers there that were very nice to me and things. Nothing illegal happened, but I definitely got preferential treatment in some regard, and I would rather not get them in trouble. So I won't say that, but it's very easy to get addicted to institutional preference for employees in certain organizations, for sure. That's probably why a lot of these things stay in place.
Speaking personally, I don't know if I could do that. I have to be productive. I have to be getting things done.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not even. We definitely got things done. You know what I mean? We got city parks built, renovated. We had projects all over the place. It was more of just if some things were not getting done in a certain road on a priority list, and all of a sudden an employee maybe says, for example, this did not happen, but there hasn't been road work done on his road for 3 years, and there's a giant crack in the floor, and yeah, maybe someone says, oh, I see that, and then some people talk, and all of a sudden next week there's a road crew out there. That's more of what I kind of mean. It was going to get done eventually, but someone got knocked down the list clearly for someone else. That kind of thing.
That kind of petty corruption isn't so awful.
Yeah, of course,
sucks,
though, I'm not defending myself morally. It definitely builds up over time if you let it. Yeah, all the little things. It's kind of like the broken window theory, right? But with how much you allow yourself to get away with in terms of that kind of treatment. Katana Kachi, should I bother? I should get some caliber.
The only thing that annoys me about them is they take 2 turns to train.
Yeah.
The trouble with melee units in general in Fall of the Samurai is they die very fast, and so instead of gaining experience and replenishing, you usually have to train them from scratch over and over again. Same with cavalry because of their low unit count.
Oh yeah. I mean, God, once we start getting to the are they single shot reloading rifle or breech loading rifles, or is there I think we literally get repeating rifles at a certain point towards the end. I forget. They shoot so fast that it blurs in my mind. Or not, they're single.
I don't think they have anything magazine fed, but they definitely have breech loaders. I'm actually close to having Shinsengumi, which is the traditional version of those breech loader guys.
It's so fast. It's so good to be on the right side of those guns.
Yeah. Since it's winter, by the way, I'm developing the heck out of my economy.
Mm-hmm. I mean, stuff like that. I don't know
Also
much
checking where
about the
we made
Franco-Prussian War, but I saw a little bit of the armchair historian's video on it. And I was just kind of like in shock too that was it the French that had the advantage in like their rifle technology, but they still lost the
Okay,
ball.
so they were both using breech loaders. The Prussians adopted theirs first in the 40s, actually. Like, they got them really early, and those early ones sucked. Like, they actually were too fast about it. When they went to war with Austria, Austria had muzzle loaders, Prussia had breech loaders, but the Austrian muzzle loaders shot farther because it was more reliable technology. Then in the Franco-Prussian War, the French looked at the Prussians, and they adopted an even better breech loader, but their artillery was still muzzle loaded, while the Prussians also had breech loaded artillery.
I see.
But the French also had, like, it wasn't actually a Gatling gun. The technical term would be volley gun, but it was basically a Gatling gun.
I see.
But they used it wrong. Like, they used it like a cannon, like really far back. They weren't getting close to the enemy like they needed to.
I see. No, and I don't really even blame any generals, really. It's a very rapidly changing arena of combat.
I blame the heck out of the French generals. In the upcoming series, like the Franco-Prussian War comes up, and like the French could and probably should have won that war. Like in material terms, they should have won, but their commanders in some cases literally were marching their armies in circles, unable to come to a decision. While the Prussian generals, meanwhile, like, you know, everyone's like, wow, the Prussians, they were so aggressive, they were so smart. No, they weren't. They were really stupid. If the French just attacked them, the Prussian armies probably would have collapsed. The French just didn't do it.
Decision chokes the whole system down.
Really?
I mean, it reminds me a lot of the early Union campaigns in the Civil War. Very similar sort of stories. I mean, there was also,
I'll say,
was it McKellen? One of the Union generals that just kept like grossly overestimating the forces he was up against. It's very bizarre. But I understand maybe his scouts just were, thing was a little off with the system in that regard.
the general who understood the war he was fighting best was definitely Lee. Lee knew exactly what kind of war the Civil War was, and he's like, wow, we're not going to win this. Do I have to lead the army? And like Jefferson Davis is like, yes, Lee, go lead the army. And Lee like very sadly skulks off to become the supreme commander.
Spoiler alerts, but I mean, you know how the war goes. The ending of the movie Gettysburg, where that was like confirmed, when he just like starts losing it in a very composed and dignified way, just speaking to surviving like men, just going like, it's my fault. I'm sorry, I miscalculated. And I mean, I was brought to tears. He held his composure, the actor and the character. But when the soldiers started begging, no, it's our fault. Give us another chance. We'll go at him again. We'll do it again. And it's like, no, it's over. But like, it felt so sad. These enlisted men, like they thought they fucked up, and they just saw their leader like that. It's rough. It was a very rough day.
Going back to McClellan, that dude was a bit of a clown show because he clearly had these like Napoleonic American imperialist ambitions, but like whereas Napoleon's this aggressive commander who everyone likes, McClellan was kind of this like clown who refused to actually engage the enemy, but he also like had delusions of grandeur. Yeah. Despite that,
it was like a textbook like comedy failure. The fact that he was like a famous like celebrity, I believe, right before he was offered a position, that he was like sold himself as like a genius, and everyone's like, oh yeah, he must be a genius. He like traveled in Europe and everything, I think was what it was. And yeah, he's put in charge finally, and it's kind of like, uh-oh. There was one battle, I forgot which one, where they had to go up a mountain, and he sent another general to go around and flank the Confederates around the mountain. He continued. McClellan stopped. He did not notify the other guy that he was not gonna come or anything, and so he was just caught by himself in this like hopeless battle, and like just McClellan just did nothing to like notify or help or lead them. It was like, I mean, that's the kind of like incompetence that starts bordering on like sociopathy, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of
Hero, your misunderstanding is genius. Sure, he lost the force, but now the enemy has less ammunition.
Yeah. I forgot, true. What's the Imperial Guard quote from Warhammer 40k? We have more men than they have bullets.
You'll run out of bullets before we run out of men.
Yeah. Hoorah. Oh, I don't know about our odds with this one.
Oh yeah? I'll help you out. Give me the micro.
Yeah, that's all right. This one will be fun.
Or better yet, if you can defend the castle.
Should I
Oh,
retreat?
you'll Oh, this is a bad fight. Do we have like a hill or something?
We'll see. Yeah, this could be very
Oh
bad.
boy,
actually.
oh boy, oh boy, I'm hyped.
I did quick save, but yeah, you know, let's try to see how we can do with this hopeless battle. No, we don't have a hill. That's not good terrain.
No, we have a hill.
Oh, okay.
Kind of.
I'll give you straight up half of my battle line. I think we'll just split this down evenly.
I think checkerboard is going to be the way to go here. Let's see the exact battlefield here. We can make this work.
Okay.
The main advantage we have is that our infantry is way better at shooting than theirs. Okay, on the far left side of the field, there's a hill.
Give you Sorry, cut saber cavalry. I'll give you one general. And yeah, that's pretty split down the middle actually. It's good.
Here, instead of this, let me have anything that's maneuverable. Give me the cavalry, the generals, whatever else. You do the battle line.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you back the infantry.
All right.
Curious, who's better cavalry, the Yari Key or the
That's a
Saber?
good question, actually. I don't know.
The Yari Key is better at charging. The Saber, oh, because of the Yaris, that's why. Okay, you see on the far left, there's that hill, like
Far
all the
left.
way in the back corner. Here, I marked it.
I see. So we should. Ah, that's clever. No, I like this
Yeah,
idea.
deploy the army there, and what I want you to do is create a checkerboard, or what I suggest you do is create a checkerboard of like the Roman maniple system, and also do like the Roman maniples. Put the levies in front, then the better infantry, then the better infantry.
Okay. Yeah. Going up the hill. Yeah, I see. I understand the idea.
Yes.
All right. do
Prepare
it.
to attack, sir.
Let's get everyone there. Oh, so just grab half of her.
I'd suggest 2 ranks.
Yes.
How much melee infantry do they have? Very little. Oh, they have some, okay. But they're spear levies, so they'll be easy to rout. Once you've raided the forces, you should fast forward because the enemy AI is going to take a little bit.
Yeah.
I also think the Yari Key gets a bonus. Yes, they get a bonus versus cavalry. I might be able to assassinate their general. Wait, are we the attacking army or are they?
We're the attacking army.
Oh, this is gonna work. They're not gonna come to us.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Uh-oh. Can we just reset the battle?
No, we can make this work. If we like very slowly nibble at their line. Okay, what I'm thinking is that we should approach from this angle. So let's reorient our army to the far right.
Okay.
Because we have cavalry spear, we can make this work. So just order the army to the far right and then fast forward. And let them run because they can rest up and regain
Sure.
their, like, whatever. Make sure they're running.
Yes.
If the AI is a little dumb and doesn't know that the lakes are messing up the line.
That's fun.
Also, their melee is all on one flank, so I can just hit the other flank with cavalry, and there's very little they can do about it.
Oh yeah. I forgot we have like actual proper cavalry this time around too. With 80 fucking models. That's crazy.
Yeah, big Total War battles are awesome. Reorient the enemy to the far right, Ezekiel exposed live. No, I'm swinging. First I'm a far leftist, now I'm a far rightist. Soon I'll be like an ultra-libertarian, I'll say disband the forces entirely, it's not in the budget. Or, better yet, privatize the army. Which, come to think of it, is basically what this army is. It is technically the private property of the daimyo.
That's always the fun part, right? Where does the line kind of blur between a private army, a mercenary army? When does it become public sector?
Sir,
Once it becomes regional?
exhausted.
I don't know.
When it's propping up your whole economy.
Yeah. All right.
I right, so now the army needs to stand a little bit because they're all exhausted, and after they stand for like they get their stamina back pretty fast.
Okay. And then how do we want to do the lines? We can like draw them out too. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, what I want to do is, do you know what a oblique attack is?
That's like coming at them from a slant, right?
So it's where your army goes forward, but the right or left side is marching way ahead of the left. And the reason you do this is it delays out the entire battle. The reason I want to do an oblique is that the cavalry is what's going to win the fight, and if we're in a straight up pissing match with guns, they'll probably outshoot us.
I see.
Or actually, okay, an oblique is a bad idea now that I think about it, because they have melee infantry superiority, so if we try to oblique the infantry... Okay, we need to do the maniple thing, and we will have to just use it offensively instead of defensively.
Okay. How do
So
I
set
them
up
in
your
a
checkerboard.
Yeah, how do I do a checkerboard formation?
He's going to have to do it manually.
Okay, I understand. Let me extend them out.
But there's a way to keep it. So set them up in the checkerboard now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the other advantage of the checkerboard is that if one of the forward checks gets attacked, the checks behind it will be able to shoot.
And once they're in place, I think I can click half of them, control click, and then I just press the up arrow. No, I don't do that.
Exactly.
Oh, no, I did it wrong. That's what happened. Or give me a second. Let's play this at normal speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I press... Oh, I have to manually press move forwards. Okay. I was looking at my arrow keys instead of like the bottom left of my screen. Alright, so how far ahead should they be?
Not too far ahead, like slightly further than you have them now.
Okay.
Alright. And I think 2 layers is actually enough. So what I want you to do is focus the attack on their left, because they're kind of already oriented. So like, how do I put this? You see these 2 pings I put?
Yes.
Kind of like focus the attack there against the 3rd ping in the northwestmost point.
So, alright. I'll mass my melee infantry there too.
Yes, because what they're probably going to do is they'll advance with their spear levies against you, and if they're not supported by their gunners, they'll probably just get killed. So they're kind of pulling back a little bit. That's good, because they're going to get pressed against the river, so let your whole army get into position, and then advance a little further.
Okay.
And try to make sure... Okay, so I guess we are obliquing. Oblique with your left half forward. So the left should be closer than your right.
Left should be closer than my right. Okay.
So like the left should be like here and the right should be like here. Basically where it is now.
Okay.
There you go, you got it.
Sure hope so.
And then after this, just your leftmost forces, probably select those and have them move up a little bit and start peppering the enemy and see what they do. Because their right is like all ranged infantry. So what I'd like to do is take out their melee infantry, which is more on our left. So sorry, their left is all ranged infantry, and their right, our left, is all melee. So if we take out the melee, we can just shoot them to death.
Understood. Oh, this is gonna be tense.
Yes.
Oh, they're moving forward.
Yeah, let the whole army... Halt all your forces, halt them, tell them to stop, tell them to stop.
Oh, stop.
This is good, we want them off that hill. And we're still in an oblique, so we have a lot of, like, options.
Yes.
Your melee infantry on the left, they should probably, like, move up a little bit because they're charging you. Yeah, move your melee infantry up.
Understood.
And move them wide. You want them, like, between here and here.
Understood.
This is working. We already devastated one of their spear levies.
Oh man, this is tense. This is cool.
Yeah, my cavalry is moving into position to support.
Hello, Mr. Tonfa. Hello.
Yeah. Your righter, more melee infantry is kind of exposed to their gunfire. Charge that gun line. Just charge it.
Let's do it. Both melee?
Move your whole force out.
Understood.
Advance with a focus on the left. Push them hard.
Yeah.
take some forces from the center and move them more here, because if this is where the engagement is, it's very advantageous to us.
Yeah. Oh,
Turn
where's
this into like a death pit.
Peril, sir.
Here is like where all the engagement is happening.
I see.
Because, yeah, their whole line is collapsing in on here. So you can hit them in the flank. Advance your whole force.
Yeah.
The AI made a really bad decision. We basically won if you exploit it. Yeah, this is a very like technical maneuver we did, but it worked. You see my cavalry on the far left? I want to try to bait their cavalry into charging us. I want your leftmost gun line to hold its fire and be ready to support my cavalry.
Understood. Holding fire.
Only the one unit. The rest of the unit should be firing into the melee. Also, I see one of our units is about to run. I'm going to send a general to inspire him. Oh, whoops. They're routing. Your rightmost forces, they need to be committed.
Yeah, understood.
Yeah, their cavalry's just watching. This is good. Your leftmost unit, I needed to shoot. They're going after my cavalry, and my cavalry can't fight the spears.
Understood. Please shoot. That is your new mission. Oh man, they're gonna...
On your far right, they are charging you with some Yarikachi. Just make sure the line infantry in front is being supported by the line infantry behind it.
Sure. Oh yeah, I see how this goes.
Yep, we got him. The fight's basically over.
Holy crap.
Their cavalry is charging your right.
Understood.
All right, some of them are coming in. Some of them are coming in. I'm moving my cavalry behind your spears. Make sure your gunners are in position, which they basically are.
Okay. Stop, stop. Why are they moving? Why are they moving? Not you. Sorry, me.
Yeah, because they don't have guard mode on, so they're pursuing fleeing enemies.
See. Burning guard mode on.
Huh, we're fighting the Takeda clan, apparently.
Oh, really? This is their, like, evolution over time.
I guess they're called Takeda. General stoked. I've seen a concerning amount of regard for the lives of your forces. Yeah, we're treating them too well. They're gonna get lazy. On your far right,
Yeah,
turn the soldiers.
Collapsing. There's a lot of fun, too, playing Shogun 2 co-op like this. It kind of feels like a real... I mean, I won't say it's like realistic, but it feels more like a real battle where there is a lot of delegation between officers.
Hearts of Iron 4 competitive multiplayer is a bit like this, where one player leads the overall country, but 3 or 4 of them take turns microing because there's like, you know, hundreds of divisions to worry about.
Yeah, which is more of an accurate recreation of the general staff experience than controlling everything yourself.
Exactly.
I didn't even know that multiple Hoi 4 players could play in one faction. That's how little of the multiplayer I understand. Or could play one nation.
I would not suggest getting too into its multiplayer. It's like... It's you and a bunch of like late teenagers to unemployed 20-year-olds playing for like 8 straight hours. Like, it's more interesting to think about.
Yeah, I played the with another buddy recently. He really likes the Fallout mod because it like you start out as really small nations and you build up, so it's a lot more low stress. Yeah, it's very well made. Old World Blues, I think. Shout out to that.
Sagraton, I did see your essay. I just, I don't think I have anything to add to it.
We're auto-resolving this. We're done. Oh, that was fantastic work. That was amazing. They built a statue monument there. They better.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think the game froze. That's cool.
Oh no, it's because I didn't hit check.
Oh yeah. It's that meme of like, I did not consent.
I consent. I consent. Is that there's someone you forgot to ask? And it's just like CallMeEzekiel.
The second player.
On the move, sir.
Ah, someone joined the Shogunate, I see.
I see. They flip sides. Defected.
An effective defective.
A lot of Total Wars are very fun. Playing campaign with other people. I haven't tried the Warhammer one in multiplayer, but yeah, I do like Warhammer Fantasy, and I've really enjoyed the Warhammer Total War games a lot. Three
Do
Kingdoms.
you have Warhammer 3?
Yes, I have Warhammer 3. I had that installed too, just in case, as a backup.
Yeah. Awesome, because in addition to Warhammer 3 having like the general campaign, like both of its campaigns available for multiplayer, there's special campaigns designed just for multiplayer.
That's cool. I didn't even know. No, that's off to Creative Assembly. I'm sure they don't hear that often, and to be very fair, there's some things they do that might result in those the things that they hear. But hats off to Firaxis. Hats off to Creative Assembly for caring that much about the campaign co-op. I think that's cool.
Yeah, so regarding time, it's 3:10. You want to play for like 5 more minutes? Because I'm going to need to get going soon.
Sure. No, that works.
All right, awesome. Let me finish up this turn then.
Yeah, I can keep this saved for next time, though. I'm assuming we'll probably hit another game, but just in case, yeah, I'll keep this file around. That'll be fun.
I will definitely keep it as well. Honestly, I do kind of like the idea of continuing this.
Sure.
I'm split. We'll see what we're in the mood for next time around.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of other games we can play for people, like the fans in the future of both of ours, but Total War is definitely a fun series to jump around in. I really like Three Kingdoms Total War, but I'm biased in that I really like the Three Kingdoms original historical novel, so that probably contributes to it. It does some very interesting changes too with the gameplay that I understand, also the perspective that they're very controversial, but I kind of like how much the officers really matter in their personalities. It's kind of fun in that regard. The combat, I will say, has that new engine problem, as we both agreed on. It's just not as... There's something missing, yeah. The health bar system.
Read... How many of the classic Chinese novels did you read?
I did.
There's either 4 great novels, 5 great novels, or 6 great novels. It depends on who you ask.
I will fully admit that I've never really read that far into them, but I've watched the 2010 adaptation of Three Kingdoms, and I like that one. And I watched about the first half of Water Margin. There was also a show adaptation of that one from the 80s or 90s. And I get the basic... I know Three Kingdoms and the full story overall. I know a little less about Water Margin, but I do kind of understand the ending of it. They're really cool. Man, the kind of like geopolitics they get.
Marsh.
You read Outlaws? Yeah, that's Water Margin. I guess
read the whole one,
titles.
and I also read the entirety of Journey to the West. And I read like 2 chapters of Three Kingdoms before I ended up getting distracted by something else.
It's thick.
Shiny object.
It's thick. Yeah, no, Journey to the West is also fun. That one's really easy to consume. It's so episodic and it's a lot of adventure. Yeah, Water Margin is the show.
Water Margin was hilarious.
Yeah, it's
Sagacious
hilarious.
Lou is the greatest character in literature. I love him.
I really like. He was in the adaptation too from the 80s, the red haired devil, and he's literally just called that because he's a bandit that also is like the one guy in his like province probably that has red hair actually. And so of course they're gonna call him the red hair guy. That's crazy, being like
He's
full Chinese and just having like natural red hair. Maybe it was more common back then. I don't know. Who knows? In the Middle Ages.
one of my favorite theories is that the Indo-Europeans might have actually started one of the first Chinese dynasties.
Yeah, I've kind of heard that theory too. And there definitely is some sort of, at the very least, perhaps that time or later on, like Central Asian sort of like migrations in there. Clearly, there is a red hair man just hopping around in the late Middle Ages. There must be something going on, or early Middle Ages, one or the other.
My favorite theory, and this one definitely isn't true, but I always loved the theory that some of the Roman soldiers who were captured at Cannae went on to found the city of Liquan in like far western China. That one's definitely not true, but it's a really fun one to think about.
Did you see there's like some photos from the village where they dress up as like Roman legionaries for like an annual like tourist event or something after they heard about it? It's very,
yeah.
It's very cute.
It's all
like
LARPing, but it is really cool.
It's all LARPing, but it's very fun LARPing. But yeah, even in the Three Kingdoms history, some of the it's kind of hard to define if they're mercenaries, auxiliaries, or considered full imperial citizens. But the northern provinces with that produce a lot of cavalry soldiers, they're like recently kind of conquered or assimilated tribes. And in the original, some of the original sources, they're described specifically as having blue eyes, some of them having colored hair and stuff like that. So that very much implies some sort of at least descendant of Indo-Europeans, at least in that regard for sure, being cavalry soldiers in the Three Kingdoms warfare period. Which is funny, because if you like portrayed that visually in an adaptation or something, people would like be so confused.
They'd be a little confused.
They'd be a little confused, but it would be accurate to some of the sources. Yeah.
Sorry, I love the idea of like you're gonna show like the Chinese cavalry general, and it's like a dude from Sweden. He's like, "Hello, I am the Chinese commander. I am here to fight for the mandate of a head."
Yeah, exactly. But it is interesting stuff, and yeah, there were a lot of tribes in that range. Speaking of my own, this is not confirmed, but my own ancestry. Our family.
Sorry to interrupt, but it is your turn. I just want you to know.
Oh, sorry, yeah. My family name of Tonfa. There's general like theories and like ideas of like where it comes from, but one of it is that there was the Tufa tribe in the Three Kingdoms also of like being one of those like nomadic horse soldiers. I don't know if they were. I doubt they were the blue-eyed guys, but they're the Tonfa like surname in their old like proto-Mongolic Jinbei language literally means balding head, and so I would assume that means they look more like the image we have of like the Manchurians in the the Qing dynasty, where they just kind of shave their head off a lot. But it's interesting.
Okay, I thought you were going in a very different direction. I thought you were going to say that it was like a really mean nickname for one of your bald ancestors, and it just stuck.
I mean, it's probably part of that too, yeah. But it is really funny that you know the Chinese like the sinicization of like that tribe's name, yeah, became balding head people. It's really fun in that regard. I mean, I don't have too much to do on my turn, so I'll just build something if I can afford it. Can I? No. Nothing.
Yeah, I'm just developing the hell out of my economy down here. When I maximize taxes, I have an income of like 8,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Sorry, it's not an income; it's a profit of 8,000.
Yeah, no net profit.
Are you playing the taxation game where every turn you swap between maximum taxes and then the lowest taxes that cause your people not to rebel?
I don't normally do it, but I will admit, yeah, of course, when I'm in real serious trouble, yeah, I will resort to that exploit sometimes.
It's not an exploit, but it's more like it's like how in the United States they planned tax season to be at the exact opposite part of the year from the elections.
Yeah, psychologically.
That is a true thing the U.S. tax collectors do.
I think my favorite detail about tax collectors is the fact that, like, maybe this was just like a pop history like meme thing. I never confirmed it, but there was this implication that after a nuclear exchange, you can expect tax like services to resume within like 2 months, I think was what it said. And it's like, are you insane?
Well, listen, someone is going to be collecting tax. I don't know if it's the IRS.
It's not going to be the IRS. It's going to be warlords. Like they're not going to be tolerating the IRS. They're profits. In the worst case scenario of what happens in the country after a nuclear exchange, it's going to be like petty kingdoms.
The Nagaoka clan is huge.
Really? Oh, the green guys. Yeah, no, they're big. No, that's probably going to be the trouble for the rest of this campaign.
Yes. All right. I think this is about a good place to end it. Let's end my turn because you are the person with the first turn as the host. And then at the start of yours, we will take the save.
Yes.
Mexican Coca-Cola bottle caps are going to be expensive. I love how in New Vegas, because bottle caps are the currency, every time you drink like a Nuka-Cola, you actually get a coin.
Yes, it's a very nice touch. It's also a very satisfying noise of like, it makes you very like thirsty for some soda when you hear the character just go like, oh my god, I mean, you can't talk about the bottle caps either without like remembering the fucking terrifying ass like guy that like chases after you. The second you pick up like the blue star.
Jesus!
That guy is how I imagine the IRS imagines themselves after the nuclear bombs fall. That they're just gonna like zero in on people. And they get like shot in the head by like terrified like survivors. It's going, what are you doing?
Did you take a save?
Yes, I took a save.
And it did not let me take a save, so let's hope yours works.
Yes, we will hope.
Hope and pray and play.
All right. Well, everyone, thanks for tuning in, and thank you, of course, to you as well, Ezekiel. It's very fun playing around.
Yeah, no, Hero, I had a great time. I would love to do this again.
Yeah, even off stream and stuff like that, and we'll get a few more guys together probably that we both know and just have some fun with all this. Oh, this is great. Always nice to have a good stream and to make a new buddy. It's great.
Absolutely. Everyone watching, be sure to check out Hero Tanfa. He is pinned at the top of the chat. He also has an awesome Twitter account with lots of cool art. If you are one of those people complaining about the anime girls, you can blame him.
Yeah, no, it's entirely my fault. I take full responsibility for that. All right, everyone. I'm going to cut the stream now.